Welcome, welcome, welcome. Old farts of all shapes, sizes, colors, creeds to another
I'm
production of
not
the
about
Old
to seat
Farts News
myself up
Network.
here.
I am Riff Raff, your humble host and apparently
Eating
world's
pizza bagels.
cheerleader as we kick off our championship Sunday stream. That's right. This is the end of the line for season 7, our
Absolutely.
80s themed bouts of the Titans on the pitch of all of the old farts. By the way, welcome to all of the new farts that we've been seeing around the server. We've had a ton of you join lately since Worlds. Shout out in chat to any and all farts who have joined us since then. We love to have you. We hope you have a great time here. And you are in for a treat. As I mentioned, it is Championship Sunday. We are going to have 3 upcoming matches for you today, and they are going to decide who we crown as the crustiest, the oldest, the crankiest of farts. As we go through our conference finals, one from the Friday division, one from the Sunday division, followed up by our grand finals. This is going to be the creme de la creme of whiffing you've ever seen on Twitch. To kick things off, I want to let you know what's happening here. As I mentioned, we have 3 matches. Our first 2, the conference finals, are both going to be best of 5 series. Our grand finals will be a best of 7. So get ready to pull out all the stops for that last one. We hope you stick around for it. In between, we have everything from giveaways to interviews to fun facts to Twitch chat. We want to see you active, of course, and anything else you can imagine that we can throw together. I will give a quick shout out. First of all, if you're not a current member of the Discord, please join us, have some fun online. We have over 4,000 members as of last weekend. We are very proud to say we are all old farts. One of us, one of us, one of us. The Discord link can be posted with an exclamation point Discord. We'll ask for someone to help me out in chat, throw that up there, as well as if you like seeing this kind of content and you want to support this channel in doing its good work, please throw us a Patreon subscription. That is at exclamation point Patreon. And lastly, become a Twitch subscriber. Show us the love on here, and we can continue to bring more episodes of ridiculous old people doing old people things in car soccer and beyond as much as possible. So, what do we have in store today? The first thing on the list is actually going to be a giveaway that I want to announce to everyone. So, we've been gifted a large number of both skins, goal explosions, and the like from our good friend Devil's Ghost, who was kind enough to donate a ton of different items for us to use as giveaways throughout this entire season. Today, we're going to be doing 3, count them, 3 giveaways, all for you who are in Twitch chat. So there's a couple rules to go over, but first, let's take a look at our first giveaway. It's going to be the Goal Explosion Party Time. Hooray! So get ready for that one. If you want to sign up, make sure to type into Twitch chat hashtag BMGoal space your Discord username, and please include the hashtag and the 4 digits on your username in Discord. As reminders, you may only submit 1 entry for the entire day. I want to be clear. Your giveaway entry counts for all 3 giveaways. So if you sign up now, you're good for the other 2. But each entry gets you an attempt at this wonderful Party Time Goal Explosion, and then the other 2 mystery giveaways to be announced later. But if you are a Twitch subscriber, you will automatically be double entered. So you will have 2 entries able to win for yourself. You are only eligible to win if you are already a member of the Discord. So remember that link I asked for in chat? Go ahead, click that one, sign up if you're not already, because only a Discord member will be eligible to win. All right, with the first giveaway announcement out of the way, we're going to get back to the giveaway later in the stream, but I want to let you know what we have coming up here first. It's going to be our Friday conference finals, but let's take a look at how we got here through the playoff brackets. First, the 2 teams playing in this first matchup is going to be the Flock of Scarabs and Sexual Wheeling. We can see the Flock of Scarabs had to fight their way tooth and nail to this point in the bracket, overcoming both of their opponents, Donkey Brewster and then the Golden Goals, by only one game in each series. Contrary to that, Sexual Wheeling had a little bit of a breeze in the second round, knocking out Breakfast Club in a 3-0 sweep in the quarterfinals, making it here. To be clear, our team members for Flock of Scarabs are Bug, Party Turtle, Fallen Justice, and Wasteland against the Sexual Wheeling team of Sal the Jerk, Chris, Verbose Rhetoric, and Rainwater. The notable mentions, actually, let's go back a screen to the Flock of Scarabs stats. Let's let the audience take a look at that one for a moment. But you will see the different comparisons between each of the two teams as we go through these stat cards. I will say that the first time these two teams came up against each other, it was a Flock of Scarabs win, yet the Sexual Wheeling team is the one with the momentum off that 3-0 sweep in the quarters, one round to go. Let's take a look at the Sexual Wheeling stats, by comparison. We have a lot of interesting things to talk about regarding these two teams. So I want to bring our casters in and get them involved in the conversation. Can we get our casters on the screen, please? Hello, gentlemen. I'm very happy to say we have JD Gibson and Sick Larry joining me in the booth as we get ready for this first of two conference finals, first obviously for the Friday division between the two teams I mentioned. JD, good to have you in the booth today. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling good. Been under the weather a little bit with this stupid virus that everyone seems to like to get, but I'm feeling good today. We're looking forward to the match that we got going.
All right, definitely got the common drop from RLCS World. Sorry to hear it. Larry, I hope you're faring better.
I'm feeling pretty darn good today, Riff. I heard they had the same drop at the London LAN, so it seems like Psyonix is passing it around a little bit freely these days. But no, I got my latte in me this morning. I had my eggs, and I'm feeling really, really strong, ready to go, ready to watch some good old farts action today.
Excellent. Well, we're glad to have you both. I want to, before we get into predictions on this match, Twitch chat, we will have predictions open for a few minutes regarding who you think is going to win. Make sure to use your fart coins to get your predictions in, maybe win a couple coins here and there. But gentlemen, let's talk about this. Both teams have had the same record, win-loss, 17-3. But Sexual Wheeling topped the stat blocks. If you've been following this league during the regular season, Sexual Wheeling was on top of 6 out of 10 categories, first place in 6 out of 10 categories. Notably, they were the offensive categories. Just by going what's on paper, is this match over before it begins? Larry, what are your thoughts?
Absolutely not. I think if you look back at the week 1 matchup, Flock of Seagulls was able to take that series in spite of the offensive prowess of Sexual Wheeling. I do think that I'm going to pick Sexual Wheeling as the favorites today, but if you're asking me whether or not it's a done deal, the answer is absolutely not. It is anybody's game today.
So, Larry, in that case, who is going to be your pick out of this bout?
My pick is Sexual Wheeling today, Riff.
Wow, okay. We will see if that holds true. JD, though, Flock of Scarabs are at the top of the leaderboards for the average and total saves. So the opposite stats to Sexual Wheeling. Could this be a battle between an unstoppable offense and a brick wall?
And that's exactly what it's looking like it's going to come down to, Riff. We are looking at average saves, Flock of Scarabs at 4.2, but you see Sexual Wheeling sitting on that average saves also at about 3.7. So they're not too far behind on the average saves there, but Flock of Scarabs on the average goals, average score, they're going to be sitting about that third spot on your average there. So it's going to be kind of a mix even back and forth here. With that being said, though, I think Flock of Scarabs might have a chance to pull this out. Reason for that, I am a little biased, got a couple of friends on that team, but I've also played with almost everybody on both of these teams. And I've got a feeling that Flock of Scarabs has put in the work. They put in that practice. They've gotten with their coach who they want to get with, who they need that training from. And I think they're going to surprise us today.
Well, we will have to see if you're right. I am going to throw my 2 cents in and say that defense wins games. So if Flock of Scarabs can hold the line, I predict them winning this one. It's not going to be pretty. It's going to be a slug match either way. But I see Flock of Scarabs edging this one out. So JD, I'm with you on this. Larry, sorry, you're cornered out.
Hey, that's where I work best, Riff, as the underdog.
Well, I'm going to let you guys take over from here. Feel free to add anything for the audience as we get ready to head down to the field. Gentlemen, have a good game.
Thank you, Riff.
Thank you, Riff. Looks like we're headed down to the field. JD, any last thoughts before we hop into the match here?
Well, I got a lot of thoughts here, but last thoughts. Let's see what we can pull out of the stat block here. We are looking over the stat block. Total saves from Flock of Scarabs throughout the whole season was 125. Now, that is a whole season. That doesn't sound like a lot, but you've got to think that, all of these teams are made up of not just GC players, but we've got a tier 1s, tier 2s, tier 3s, tier 4s. That means we've got GCs all the way down to diamonds playing together. So to have that many saves, 125 coming out of Flock of Scarabs, that means that you're not just having your GC make those saves. You've got your low-ranked diamonds making these epic saves, and to see that kind of defense coming out of a diamond, I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I noted when I was looking over the stats before the game that on Flock of Seagulls, there are 2 players that were in the top 10 in number of assists this season. Sexual Wheelan seems to be a little bit more of a single player team. Sal the Jerk was near the top of the leaderboard in goals, score, saves, and shots. So, he does have Chris on his team who's second in assists. But, like I said, it's going to be a close matchup. I do think that Sexual Wheelan has the offensive prowess to kind of overpower that defense that Flock of Seagulls has been displaying all season. But, we're going to see what shakes out here in a few moments.
Yeah, and seems like the Twitch stream here, our Twitch chat, they're looking pretty forward to this coming up. I know we got a few of our hypers in there. Call out to Big G, Infallen, all of you guys. Thank you all for being there, helping us get the chat going. We are looking forward to this upcoming game as much as anybody else is. And it seems like once the players...
Sorry to cut you off there. I just noted that the Twitch chat is almost split down exactly in the middle as to who's going to take this series today, which, just speaks to the fact that it could be anybody's series.
It's really showing that people are paying attention and realizing just how good these 2 teams are.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as soon as the players are ready...
What we're being told. We are ready to head down to the field. Players are joining the match. Very much looking forward to this first matchup. I was in the Sunday League this year, but really looking forward to see what the Friday League has to offer for us. The best of the Friday League. Championship Sunday. Both of these teams had to beat the number 1 and number 2 seeds in their respective sides of the bracket. So, I think all these teams are coming in hot today. All have momentum. Like I said, I do think Sexual Wheelan really has that strong momentum, that strong offensive performances that they've been showing. But we're going to see if that shakes out in the playoffs against a strong defensive team in the Flock of Scarabs. So hopefully we can get
beating those seeds out. Beating those seeds out, top 1 seed and top 2 seed in their respective brackets and everything, that is not an easy feat. You do not see that very often in any playoffs at all. Once you see that top 1 seed, you know that that's going to be who's in the finals. But again, we saw it at LAN. All of us that went to LAN, we saw the same thing. We got those pros playing and everything, and they're just beating each other out, and you don't realize who's going to win. And it looks like we're going to have a very similar aspect here happen today.
Absolutely. Upset City, as I like to call it. That's what the Old Farts have been all about this season. And I do see that the players are joining the lobby here, so we should have them on the field momentarily. So, I guess
Yeah,
I would like to highlight once more, this is going to be kind of a chess match, I think. We've got the #1 offense in the Friday League coming up against the #1 defense. Again, could be a coin flip as to which way it goes, but we'll certainly see. I will say that that save stat can sometimes be misleading. Sometimes it means that the ball is in your end of the field a little bit more than you'd want it to be. My gut tends to lean towards this is a strong defense that Flock of Seagulls has, but given that offensive prowess of Sexual Whelan, I really think that if Flock of Seagulls allows Sexual Whelan to apply a lot of pressure, keep the ball in their end of the field, they're going to overpower him. The goal scoring ability from Sal the Jerk is first in the league. He has more goals than anyone else in the Friday Conference. So, I'm going to be worried if Flock of Seagulls allows too much pressure from Sexual Whelan.
Yeah, Sal the Jerk is definitely a very strong offensive player, but it looks like we are getting all of them in now, so I think we're going to be moving down to the field pretty quick. Bug himself, though, is a very well-rounded player. If anybody can shut down Sal the Jerk's offense, it will be Bug. I've seen him do it multiple times to multiple people, too often to not throw him out.
All right, JD, players are in the field. Looks like we're waiting on one more car to hop on here. We're just about ready to go. Friday League Conference Finals. Old Farts, are you ready? Let's go. Kickoff won
All right. Kickoff was won by Flock of Scarabs, and an opening goal going to Flock of Scarabs. Larry, did you see that one coming?
I did not. We got a good bounce here for the Flock. Flacco comes up, makes a nice little deflection towards goal. And I don't even think Sexual Whelan had time to think about what was going on before that was in the back of the net. So we'll see if they can bring it back here. They got a better kickoff this time. We're going to see Rainwater try to do a little bit of air dribble. Oh, but she saves her own shot. Verbose not able to connect there. Succulent Sal coming through, trying to work his magic, get an early goal back for Sexual Whelan, but Flacco's able to get a nice clear. Air challenge by Verbose, keeps it in the blue end. Rainwater's going to try to do something up here on the wall, try to get it back towards the middle. A good attempt. Can't quite make a connection. Another whiff from Verbose, and we're going back down to the other end of the field.
Yeah, Fallen Justice sends that one back down to the offensive end for them, but it seems like there wasn't any blue team member to take part in that play, so it was just kind of sitting there for a minute. But Blue's got that pressure going on. Flock of Scarabs. Flacco on the wall, gets challenged early, unable to do anything with it there, but now he's up, looking for a shot on net. Succulent Sam on the back wall, but Fallen Justice, what a beautiful double tap. Reads the hit from Succulent Sal here and just comes in barreling through and just gets a perfect crossbar double tap.
The pass on that was pretty sick as well, if I do say so myself. Flacco coming in through the air, making a dangerous ball down towards the middle of the net. Fallen Justice able to put it away. Back to the action here. Sal trying to do his own magic. Puts it towards Verbose, who passes it right back to Sal. Sal can't get a good shot. Sal still on the ball, coming back, rotating back to his own end. Verbose keeping it in the blue half of the field. Rainwater takes a good challenge right on the Flock of Seagulls goal line. She 50s it right into the net. We're 2-1 for the Flock of Seagulls early on.
This is just exactly what I was expecting. We're going to see goals back and forth here. Of course, we do see Flock of Scarabs up 2-1 right now because that defense is hard to break, but Rainwater finds the hole in the defense, gets right in their face in the net and pushes it through. Verbose with a good challenge on Flacco on the wall is going to peep that ball in the offensive zone. And Succulent Sam playing a smart third man there, able to get a 50 and keep control of that ball for the Sexual Whelan.
Sal taking skies. Flacco with a nice challenge midair to keep it to the side of his goal. Party Turtle trying to add on to the defense, keep it back in the corner out of the danger zone. Succulent Sal coming in for the pass. Just past Rainwater. Rainwater's trying to circle back, get in front of the goal to defend, but able to clear it out. Flacco keeps it in. Verbose gets the second clear, however. It's a bit of a ping-pong match here towards the middle of the field. We'll see which team can gain control. Flock of Seagulls trying to keep it in, but Verbose again with another clear down the field. Rainwater with a great challenge in the attacking third. Flacco's trying to get back to keep it out of his end, but Succulent Sal there as always to keep it in the Flock of Seagulls half, and the ping pong match continues, JD.
Yeah, they're definitely playing a little bit of ping pong here, but it seems like Sexual Willin they're doing what they're known for. They're keeping that offensive pressure. But it's going to take a lot more than that to break down that defense from Flock of Scarabs here. They're just sitting there in the net, ready for it, waiting for it. They've got a good defensive rotation, and that seems what's been winning these games for them is that defensive rotation. With that, Verbose coming in off of a demo with a great pass center. Succulent Sal is deflected away, almost a goal, but defense again, Flock of Scarabs is going strong. Fallen Justice with a good outlet pass just over the top of Flacco, unable to keep going on the transition there, but we've got Succulent Sal putting a goal on the board.
Finally, the pressure coming through for Sexual Wheelin'. Beautiful shot, upper corner by Sal, just exactly what you'd expect from him. They tie it up a little bit past halftime. We've got 1 minute 44 seconds left on the clock. Game 1, Friday League Conference Finals. We'll see if any of these teams can take control. Verbose has an easy clear right up the middle, but Flacco's able to keep it in. You know, I haven't seen Sexual Wheelin' really get their rhythm going yet. I think that's why we're still at a tie game. We've got a couple of really scrappy goals from Flock of Seagulls. I wonder if they can keep it up, or if Sexual Wheelin's going to be able to get a kind of a rhythm going, or if Flock of Seagulls are going to be able to keep disrupting, keep making sure that they don't let Succulent Sal get his real rhythm going. But still a tie game here, only a minute left to go, creeping our way towards overtime perhaps.
At this moment, it is looking like a very big opportunity for an overtime to happen, but we'll see what happens coming up on this play. Rainwater with a very nice carry there, but a challenge coming in from Flock of Scarabs for Bose. Heads up play, has an open net. Flacco able to clear that away. We're seeing a lot of good plays coming out of Flacco himself and Fallen Justice, and I'm going to surprise you all in Twitch chat if you did not know this. Fallen Justice on Flock of Scarabs is their tier 4. That is their lowest ranked player, and he is holding his own right now on the defense. And with the shot like that on offense as well, what a save coming in from Sexual Wheelin'.
What a save indeed. Sexual Wheelin' having to operate on both sides of the ball here. This is kind of turning into a bit more of a defensive matchup than I anticipated. We've got an open net on the blue end of the field. Sal coming through with a late goal, only 11 seconds left. That could be the game winner. We'll see if Flock of Scarabs, I've been calling them Flock of Seagulls all game, I think. We'll see if they can respond here with, maybe a fake kickoff or something to answer back quickly, but Sal coming through, as he's done all season for Sexual Wheelin'.
Yeah, that shot coming in from Sal was exactly what Sexual Wheelin' needed. Another opportunity there, but Flacco with a heads up is able to put that ball down.
Yeah, that was a good game for both teams. It's sort of what I expected. Flock of Scarabs were able to, somewhat throw Sexual Wheelin' a bit off their rhythm. But again, I think with too much pressure from Sexual Wheelin', it's going to be too difficult for Flock of Scarabs to completely shut them down. If they allow this pressure to continue, even if they get a couple of goals, they're not going to get routed by Sexual Wheelin'. But, Sexual Wheelin's going to score. They're going to score. They've been doing it all season. They've been doing it in the playoffs. They're doing it here today. They're going to get some goals. We know that. So unless Flock of Scarabs can really disrupt them, I think my prediction's going to hold true.
No, I can see that for sure, but I don't want to count Flock of Scarabs out just yet. I think they haven't quite woken up. Give them this game. I think they're going to wake up. We're going to see a lot more offensive play coming from them because we didn't see a lot of offense this game. We've got 2 shots coming in for Flacco, 4 coming in from Fallen Justice. Like that's four goals. He's got 1 on the board. We're seeing a lot coming in from him, but we need to see Party Turtle really needs to wake up, start getting those passing plays going. That's what we've seen come out of him before for this team.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, well, we're getting ready for game 2 here. We'll see if it's a repeat of the first one or if Flock of Scarabs can respond. Reminder, we do have a best of 5 today, not a best of 3, as most of the season has progressed thus far. So lots of time for Flock of Scarabs to respond, but if Sexual Wheeling can take game 2, it's going to be difficult for Flock of Scarabs to get a reverse sweep. Again, that momentum from Sexual Wheeling, when they really get going, they're a tough train to stop. So hopefully we'll get to see another fine game from both teams. Looks like we're still getting down to the field. So, JD, what would you like to see more of in this game? Do you think either of the teams really were weak in any areas?
I feel like, Sexual Wheeling's defensive rotation was a little bit off, but that's not something that's going to be hard to fix. What I'm not seeing out of either team are those really big passing plays. Hitting that transition play off of defense, hitting your person there on extension to take it down the field and do that quick transition into offense. And I know that both of these teams can do it. We've seen it out of both of them before. What a shot coming in there, but it's just wide coming off of Burbos's car. And Party Turtle carrying it upfield. Fallen Justice was looking for a bump, but nobody was home. But a miss there by Flacco is going to give Rainwater complete control in the offensive corner. Succulent Sal keeping it in, looking for a shot. What?
This was
Larry, what just happened here?
Yeah, no, we had a little bit of an own goal. I'm going to give full credit to Sal, though. He really did a good job to get it past all 3 players. What I'll say here, I think in that last sequence, I really like what I'm seeing from Rainwater so far. She's doing a good job of playing her role. I know that she's not necessarily the highest ranked member on the team, but she's really doing a good job of setting up Sal, making sure she keeps the ball in front of her. We got a close ball right near the blue goal line, able to keep it just out, keeping this game from getting out of hand. But Sal keeps it in. Rainwater gets demoed by Flacco in the attacking third. She'll have to start back from her own end, but she's in a good position, able to get a challenge on Fallen Justice, even though she doesn't make contact, able to provide a little pressure. She's up in the middle of the goal, couldn't get a shot off, still able to keep that pressure going, and Sexual Wheeling's looking a lot better in this matchup than they did in the first game. It's not looking great for Flock of Scarabs, but as I say that, they get a shot on goal. Flacco's going to keep it up in a dangerous position. Party Turtle gets a shot, gets it under the defender. They tie up game 2.
Wow, what a play here. And it looks like every single part of Flock of Scarabs had a part in this play. Fallen popping that up, Flacco going up, getting a nice soft little touch off to the left side, and Party Turtle reading it perfectly, reading the defender perfectly. Let's say that also, because seeing that defender coming up and putting it under them is a very difficult shot to make. A beautiful goal coming out from Flock of Scarabs there. And now Fallen Justice is going to go back on the attack, and he's going to try and get another one, looking for the bumps there, but Rainwater heads up play here, able to continue that ball down into the offensive zone for Sexual Wheeling. Verbose trying to get a shot in, but it's defended away. Flacco missing in the corner, leaves an open net. Where's the defenders? Both of them right on top of each other, not looking good in their defensive rotation at the moment.
Yeah, their defensive rotation looked a little bit sloppy on that last one, on that last play. I do like the non-panic that I'm seeing from Flock of Scarabs. That could be a really big reason why they do have so many saves this season. They were able to kind of get their shape back, make sure that they responded, but a bit of a mishit there from Flacco. Fallen Justice is there to try and clean it up, but doesn't get a great clear on it. Fortunately for Flock of Scarabs, Rainwater has a whiff near midfield, and Flacco's bringing it down the other end. Dangerous ball into the middle, but Succulent Sal with a great clear towards the open net. Flock of Scarabs have to get their rotations under control here on the defensive end, getting sucked way too far forward on that last play, leaving their net open for Sal, who was an easy clear into their goal.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing a lot of third man pushing in too far, over-committing onto offense here, and that's just leaving a wide open backfield for Sexual Wheeling just to push that ball down and get an open net shot. And it's just working out for them. Sexual Wheeling is recognizing that play, seeing where that opening is, and they're putting it on net, and there's nothing you can do about it if you're playing that really close third man. And right now we got Succulent Sal bringing it into the offensive corner, but Fallen Justice able to clear that out. Verbose trying to keep it in, gets a pass over to Rainwater. And Party Turtle going for the challenge here, but Rainwater gets it past him, bumps Flacco out of the way on the wall. I love the physical play that we're seeing coming out of Rainwater. Fallen Justice with an open net shot off the wall. What a shot.
Some sloppy defensive rotations from both ends of the field. Just when I was about to say that, you know, they say Rocket League's a game of pixels, and I've been seeing Sexual Wheeling get a lot more of these little touches just over their opponents. They seem to be getting a lot of that pressure coming from those little plays, but you know, right there, that shows the importance of making sure that you don't get sucked too far forward and you get that third man to get back for those open nets. But so far, most of these goals in Game 2 have not been from offensive pressure, but from defensive mistakes on the back end of the field. So Verbose is going to try to continue keeping this ball down on the blue side. Flacco again clears it back out. Succulent Sal's there to keep it in the corner. He's going to try to dribble it out. Gets a 50 with Party Turtle. Continues his march down the field. Another good 50. It's just him and Fallen Justice. Fallen Justice, however, gets a good clear just underneath Sal. And now we've got a bit of an open net for Flacco. Can he do anything with the ball? Great little flick towards the middle. Sal just gets back in time, and now we've got an open net down the other side of the field. Verbose puts it on goal, but a great save from Party Turtle. This action's getting a lot hotter now, JD. I'm curious to see which team is going to come out on top here. Another great pass from Sal. Whew. Starting to heat up here.
It is just crazy back and forth right now. We're seeing that ball on both ends of the pitch here. And Flacco coming in looking for a shot, but doesn't quite get the touch he's wanting. Another thing that I've been noticing here is we're seeing a lot of physical play coming out of not just Rainwater on Sexual Wheeling, but the whole team. We've seen Sal get a demo, maybe two, Rainwater going for the bumps and everything, with Flacco slotting that in the bottom left. What a placement on that shot.
It's a bit of a misclear from Verbose here. Unfortunately, puts it right towards Flacco, who is able to put it right in the perfect spot. Sal was almost able to come around at the very last moment and get that save, but fortunately for Flock of Scarabs, they're able to slot that one home. And now they've got a late lead here in Game 2, looking to tie up the series. A little bit of confusion there on Sexual Wheel inside, but works out for them in the end. Right back to Flacco. Puts a nice clear, but then it's cleared right back up the field by Rainwater. Rainwater applying the pressure. They're looking dangerous here, like they might be able to tie it up late, but we've only got 12 seconds left. It's in the right side of the field for Sexual Wheeling, but it's in the corner. It's going to be tough for Rainwater to get a good pass in here. Party Turtle gets back control, is going to put this one down. Sal's able to keep it up, not in a good position. Ball hits the ground, and Flock of Scarabs has tied up the series, JD.
Yeah, we saw it kind of coming a little bit. You know, they've got those couple of good saves there in that goal, as we're seeing on the scoreboard here. 0 saves from Flacco. He is definitely doing the offensive pressure right now, but we're seeing those 2 saves coming in from Fallen Justice again, carrying the team on that defensive side right now. Party Turtle making that beautiful save. It looked like an open net. He was able to get up, make that one touch, the only touch that was possible to save it, made that save and kept them in the lead on that. It was absolutely beautiful. Loved this game.
Yeah, this was a very even match in game number 2. I think that save you just mentioned from Party Turtle, along with that unfortunate misclear from Verbose, where Flacco was kind of left right with an open shot in front of the Sexual Wheel and net. Those were the two key plays that really, I think, decided the outcome of this game. When you have an even matchup like this, you have one offensive powerhouse facing a defensive brick wall. Those little mistakes, those little moments are what are going to cause one team to come out on top. So we'll see if we continue to see more of the same. I do think this series is going to continue to be tightly contested, as we've seen so far. At this point, it's anyone's match. I don't know if you want to change your prediction, JD. It's looking like Flock of Scarabs may have some momentum here, but I'm still feeling okay about Sexual Wheeling's ability to keep it up and keep their offensive momentum going here in Game 3.
Right now, it is anybody's match. We don't know what's going to happen in this game, let alone the next game, how many games we're going to have. But I ain't changing that prediction. I do like Flock of Scarabs. I think they've got just as good a chance as anybody else does in winning this whole grand finals. So we're going to look and see what happens in this game. Looks like we've got Flock of Scarabs on the field waiting on Sexual Wheeling. Here they come now. Don't see any car changes yet. Was actually kind of looking and hoping we might see a couple of car changes here, but I don't see any at the moment.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Flock of Scarabs not rocking the Scarabs in their playoff matchup. I was definitely hoping to see some some of Rocket League's best car in this matchup today, but no Scarabs on the field at the moment. We'll see if they bring it out later in the series, try to get that little X factor going. But here we are again in Game 3, another even affair so far, 18 seconds in, but there's an open net. Rainwater's going to try to 50 with Flacco, but Flacco gets there just in time. Brings it back down the field. Succulent Sal there as always to snuff out the potential attack. Party Turtle, however, takes it right back, tries to get a good pass towards the middle. Flacco pops it up, ball's in a dangerous position. Sal tries to clear it out off of his own post. And Flacco cleans up the mess in front of the Sexual Wheeling net. We've got another lead for Flock of Scarabs here in Game 3.
It's what we've had every game. We've had Flock of Scarabs just coming in the lead. But they have lost that lead before. It could happen again. They've got to tighten up that defensive rotation. They're known for their defense, but we're not seeing that perfect rotation that they're known for yet. I don't know what's going on with them, but I hope to see their... What a pass coming in from Flacco over to Party Turtle. But it is interrupted by Sexual Wheeling with Fallen Justice with a beautiful shot down. But every single one of Sexual Wheeling is there ready for that save. Flacco trying to carry it over to the backboard. Succulent Sal able to clear it out. He's staying on it. Chance for a double tap. Oh, he's out of boost.
Yeah, that was looking like a juicy little double tap coming up there, but Sal ran out of boost at a very key time. He's trying to play last man. He's doing a good job whenever he gets the opportunity to make the save, but I'm seeing a lot of balls pop back out. On that last play, just because of a slight unfortunate bounce, Flock of Scarabs looked like they might have been able to double up their lead, but fortunately for Sexual Wheeling, the ball didn't quite bounce in their favor, and now it's back on the other end in a dangerous spot. Rainwater's hunting for a free shot, but gets cleared out at the last moment. Now we've got Flacco down at the other end, a good challenge from Verbose to keep him from having an easy pass towards net. Another clear from Sal. Flock of Scarabs certainly seem to be in control here as we head towards halftime. A nice little touch from Fallen X Justice, puts the ball back on net. Beautiful solo play from one of the, I believe, Tier 3 players, and you know, that is often how these games get turned into one team's favor, those Tier 3 players coming out with some fire plays of their own. So, liking what I'm seeing from Flock of Scarabs in Game 3, starting to get a little nervous about my prediction, JD.
Well, they're not. Sexual Wheeling's not out of it yet. We're still at 2 goals away at, you know, just halfway through the game here. And with chances like that, they keep getting those. They're going to capitalize on them. That was a beautiful chance, but a very good defensive play there by Fallen Justice. Flacco's looking to get them 3 ahead. And with that shot, it almost is. But it's another good save coming in from Sexual Wheeling. We're seeing not only a powerhouse defense turning into a powerhouse offense on Flock of Scarabs, but we're seeing Sexual Wheeling turning into that powerhouse defense. But right there is why they are known as the top scorers.
Sexual Wheeling getting a answer back here to keep this game within reach. I was just about to say, you know, I think that was a bit of a defensive mistake there on Flock of Scarabs' side. I think the rotations have looked a little bit cleaner for Flock of Scarabs. They've got 4 shots to Sexual Wheeling's 2, but it certainly felt like it's been a bit more than that. I think they're controlling this match just with their clean rotations. Well, we've got a nice break here for Sal. Fallen is again playing above his rank, really bringing in those hard challenges against players who should be able to handle his defense, but he's really stepping up for his team here. Flacco keeps it towards the middle of the field and then gets a great air challenge. Goes in for the demo. Verbose is able to avoid it, but Sal's again there to clean things up on Sexual Wheeling's side. You know what I'll say here is I think that Sal is spending too much time defending. Not because he wants to, but he's been made to. The Flock of Scarabs rotations are putting a little bit more pressure than I think we anticipated on Sexual Wheeling's goal. And as we say that, Flacco gets a demo on Sal, leaves the goal open. Scarabs can't quite find the shot, but we've got another bit of a lull in the action here as Rainwater is going to clear this one out towards the blue end of the field.
Flacco's going to pick that ball up, carry it, try to carry it out, but a challenge comes in, leaving the net open. And Verbose is going to sink one into the back of the net. Is that our first goal that we've seen come in from Verbose this whole series?
I believe it is. I like what I'm seeing. This was a great little challenge. Good rotation from Verbose. He was there right in the exact correct spot where he'd be able to follow up on that ball that squirted right out to him. And we've got us a tie game here in Game 3. I feel like Sexual Wheelin's got a little bit fortunate. Flock of Scarabs need to clean it up just like they were playing in the first half of the game. But we've got another tie game here in the final minute of the game. I'm really enjoying this back and forth, very evenly matched series that we're seeing here. A little bit more entertaining than maybe I was anticipating. You know, I really thought Sexual Wheelin was going to come out and really drive their offensive pressure into the Flock of Scarabs, but Scarabs are keeping up very well.
Sexual Wheelin's definitely looking like the team that everybody knows them to be. They're getting into their own right now. They're falling into place. They're starting to get those shots on net, and it's definitely paying off for them. But a save right here coming in.
Rainwater's going to try to keep this little flick to the corner for buying her teammates some time. She's going to pass it back to Verbose, who gets a nice little push back towards the Flock of Scarabs goal. 5 seconds left. We'll see if either of these teams can have some late game heroics. Sal's got the ball up. He's got a little flick. I think the ball's going to come down. Ooh, great pass to the middle. And the ball's down for our first overtime of the day, JD.
Overtime. We all love to see it. This is when the big plays come out, or the unfortunate kickoff goal, which we're looking at right now. Don't have an unfortunate kickoff goal. Let's see who's going to get this win. That is going to be a beautiful play when we see it. And Sal coming in for a shot, but not quite getting the touch that he's wanting here. Party Turtle able to clear it out, gets it off the backboard. But Sal, again, clearing off in that defensive play. Flacco's going to try and control this ball in his own half. Getting bumped out of the way there by Verbose and Rainwater. And Sal, unable to take full control there, is going to pop it up. And Flock of Scarabs is back on the attack.
Lots of near misses in this overtime so far. I like what I'm seeing so far from Sexual Wheelin, but we've got a bit of an open net here on Sexual Wheelin's end. A little bit of a double commit there in the midfield from Flock of Scarabs. Going to be forced to head back towards their own end and reset. Rainwater's going to try to build some momentum here for Sexual Wheelin. Gets the demo on Flacco. Puts the ball back towards the blue end. Succulent Sal tries to come in to get a 50 towards the net, but it goes back towards the corner. We've got a double tap! Look at this! Coming off the back of his car. This is I don't know how much he knew about it, but this is a beautiful play coming in. That was a beautiful... Did you see him boost back down, reads the bounce off the corner of the ceiling? Brilliant stuff from Verbose to get the win for Sexual Wheelin, and Verbose goes from 0 to hero. 86 points in the last game, coming up to the MVP of Game 3. And Sexual Wheelin just one game away from taking this conference finals matchup and heading to the grand finals. Feeling a little bit better about my prediction now, JD.
Oh, it's definitely an emotional roller coaster ride here. And like I was saying, that overtime, it always comes down to either we've got those unfortunate kickoff goals or a beautiful play to win that overtime. And Verbose comes out and does it all for the team and just says, you know what, guys, I'll put you on my back. I got this. And that beautiful double tap, reading it perfectly, able to slow his car down as well as go down, falling perfectly with that ball, and just off the butt end of the car, perfect into the net, winning that overtime. And yeah, we're looking at one more game for Sexual Wheelin 2 for Flock of Scarabs. I would love to see this go all 5 games.
Verbose with 3 shots, 1 save, all 3 shots into the goal. Really stepping up for Sexual Wheelin here. We're heading into an exciting Game 4. I think Sexual Wheelin's going to maybe close this series out here. They looked like they were struggling in the first half of that match. Really, in the last minute is when I think they stepped it up. It's that pressure, man. It's that trying to, it's really hard to put a full game together where you're facing up a team like Sexual Wheelin. They're coming at you constantly. Their mechanics are coming on, and when a player like Verbose steps up and pulls out some crazy mechanics like he did in that last goal of the game, Sexual Wheelin's going to be a tough team to beat. We're going to get Game 4 started. Flock of Scarabs fighting for their lives here in Game 4, fighting for their season lives on the line here. A little bit of an even kickoff. Party Turtle puts it back down the other end of the field. Some more ping pong action to start the game, but Flacco puts a nice shot towards net. A challenge from Flacco again. More pressure on the Sexual Wheel and goal. Verbose is going to try to clear it out. And no blue player is there to clean it up. Rainwater's able to clear it out. Now we've got the ball go down the other way. And we've got a nice fake from Rainwater. Sal can't quite put it on goal, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from Sexual Wheeling so far, withstanding the pressure and bringing it back out down to the other end for some pressure of their own.
Well, we're definitely seeing a lot of pressure coming out of Sexual Wheeling because you know they can feel it, they can taste it. They know that the win is right within their grasp, so they're definitely going hard for it. And so that pressure's coming in strong on it. They've definitely got that morale boost, that momentum in their favor. But Flacco looking to shut down that momentum. And like I was saying last match, I was looking for that car change. Flacco pulled it out. That is his favorite car, the Dami Mommy. And he is running it, looking for those hard hits, those controlled touches he's known to get with that car. And with a pass like that, we're going to get the lead for Flock of Scarabs.
Flock of Scarabs coming out to an early lead like they have in every game of this series so far. Fallen Justice putting a nice solid shot on goal after the ball comes back out to him in a nice area. Probably a goal he needed to put away, but he was more than equal to the chance. So good stuff from Flock of Scarabs as we've seen early on in the match. We'll see if Sexual Wheeling can get their rhythm together. Good demo from Flacco there. However, maybe not the most strategic place for him to be on the field when he made that demo. Still, ball's in the pink end of the field. Flock of Scarabs trying to keep it in the attacking third. Fallen Justice with an unfortunate 50 from Sal, but no one's there to follow it up from Sexual Wheeling. A misclear on the goal line. Rainwater's there to clean it up, but another shot from Party Turtle. It's going to roll towards the net just off the post, and Sal finally gets it to a safer area. Verbose going to try to put it down to the other end of the field, give his team a chance to reset. And Rainwater coming up with a nice shot from midfield. That's in the goal.
Wow.
Fallen
what
Justice,
a beautiful play. That was just a beautiful play coming out from the whole Sexual Wheeling there. Sal, you know, of course, playing that defensive side. Verbose coming in and getting that clear downfield. And then a mistouch coming in from Flock of Scarabs. And Rainwater's going to just read that perfectly, put that in the back of the net every time. But we do have some new information coming in. Verbose is trying to close this series out as fast as he can because he and his wife are expecting and she is due at any time. But Fallen Justice is saying, we ain't out of this yet. We're not going to let y'all get that lead, get that tie. But good luck to Verbose and his wife.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That is some big news indeed. I think I heard a rumor coming into this matchup today that there was a chance that we might see that could disrupt the game, but you know, it's good to see Verbose has his life priorities in line. Old farts first, family second, country third, right? But this is what I always like to say. Rocket League, #1 priority for all of us here in the Old Fart server. But very much good luck to Verbose and his wife. Verbose probably not at all distracted during this matchup. Maybe going to step it up, though, so that one day he can show this video. I mean, I know this is something we're all going to remember for the rest of our lives. Maybe one day he'll show this to his young daughter or son and inspire them to become an old fart themselves one day. Who knows?
So we're seeing a lot of either double commits or miscommunication coming in on the Flock of Scarabs side, be it on offense or defense. It's something that I was going to mention earlier, but just didn't forget that, you know, that chance with the rotations and stuff happening, all the goals coming in. This has been a very, very heavy goal series. We're seeing goals coming out of both sides. Again, we've got 3 in this game alone, and the reason that we're seeing the defensive breakdown of the Flock of Scarabs is they're not getting good communication going. The double commits are coming in. The third man's pushing in too hard on offense. And so coming in from Sexual Wheeling, you're going to recognize all this and you're going to take advantage of it. And that's exactly what they've been doing and what they're looking to do again on this counterattack. What a great pass from Rainwater to keep it up to Sam. He 50s that out for a beautiful floater, but no one's there to take the shot.
Yeah, we're again seeing kind of the opposite of what we expected today. We've got 9 shots from Flock of Scarabs so far to Sexual Wheeling's 4. again, I think it is those cleaner rotations. I do think they could clean it up a little bit. They've got a lead late here in Game 4. Party Turtle's doing his best to keep it on the other end of the field, keep it out of the danger zone, but Rainwater with a great steal, a good second touch up on the wall, trying to get it back into the center of the field for a team. Sal's there to try and clean it up, puts it to the middle to no one, and Party Turtle gets a clear down the field. Flacco with a nice air dribble to keep it down, buy his teammates a little bit more time. 30 seconds left. Looks like we could be heading towards the Game 5 unless Sexual Wheeling can pull out some late game heroics here. Verbose doing his best to impress his wife and child. Can't quite get it to the middle of the field. Sal tries to bring it up. Sal hasn't been able to get too many of those big plays he had all season. Flock of Scarabs puts it towards the other end of the field.
What a clear.
I'm not sure.
What a good demo there. Oh.
Flock of Scarabs brings us to Game 5.
The demo there at the end, what a heads-up display we just saw by Sexual Wheeling, because that demo was perfect. It left the total right side of the field open and ready for them to do anything with it. But the problem, they just didn't have the time to do anything, and the ball just goes down. And Rocket League says when the ball touches the ground at 0, the game's over. And the game was over. So now we're headed to Game 5.
Yes, Rocket League doesn't say that. And everybody's favorite game, Game 5. Really pleased to see it in this first conference final matchup of the day. Honestly, this has been a really fun series to watch so far. I've been liking how the games seem to progress to get better and better through each minute that goes by. It seems to get more and more exciting as the games go on. Really looking forward to seeing which team can step up here in Game 5. I still think Sexual Wheeling, if they can clean it up, if they can play how they know how to, and get Succulent Sal off of his goal line, I think we're going to see big things from Sexual Wheeling here in Game 5. Flock of Scarabs, though, certainly putting up a good fight and looking dominant in good portions of the series. So we'll see which team has the ice today, JD.
Yeah, that's what it's going to come down to. Who cannot panic and who wants it the most. And we're seeing more physical play coming out of Sexual Wheeling, and if they keep that up, they get more physical, they're going to get in Flock of Scarabs' head, and they're going to break that defense down. I think that's the one thing that they're going to have to do, is play physical, get those bumps, get those demos, and then look for that open net opportunity. And Sal is doing just that. Just hunting Fallen Justice down for that bump. Pushing him back in his own net and said, this is our field, get off. And here we come, Flock of Scarabs trying to counterattack after that. Not enough boost in the tank here, and that was Party Turtle, is going to... An opportunity!
Still
it is just...
area.
Still dangerous.
This early pressure.
Go ahead, Larry,
yeah, this
take
early
over.
This early pressure from Sexual Wheeling is exactly what I've expected to see from them all series. They're coming out hot out the gate. Ball's in their end right now, but they still seem to be in a good position. Every touch from Flock of Scarab seems to be a desperate ball towards the ceiling. Flacco's going to try to control it, gets a pretty good clear down to the other end. Now Fallen Justice has a good shot on goal, but Rain's there to get a 50. Sal forced to defend his own net again, but now he gets a good touch out to the wall. Going to try to put it back down to Flock of Scarab's send, but now the momentum seems to be swinging back the other way. Flacco cannot get the second touch. Puts it to the side, out of the danger zone for Sexual Wheeling. Succulent Sal trying to bring the momentum back to his team's side. Gets a good 50. And again, we're headed towards sort of an even matchup in the first minute and a half. Both teams getting their share of the momentum. Succulent Sal with a little bit of a whiff there. It's going to keep the ball on their own end, but really liking what I'm seeing so far from both teams. A very back and forth Game 5 so far.
We're definitely seeing the passing coming out from Flock of Scarabs. The problem is the passes are there, the shooter's not. That rotation is just not quite tight enough. Sal with an opportunity, hits it high, but Verbose trying to follow up is going to put that in the corner. Rainwater is on it, going to follow it through the corner, get a challenge here. It's going to send it high enough for Verbose to get up to it and keep it in the offensive side. Fallen Justice trying to clear it out, but Sal, again, playing his game, keeps it in. Rainwater playing the perfect third man position here, keeps that in the offensive zone, but Flacco now trying to carry it out. Get the flip reset, but ain't able to do anything with it. And now Sal back on the counterattack.
Gameplay seems to be slowing down here just a tad from what we saw in the opening minute. We're headed towards halftime, still scoreless, but that could last not very long. Great save from Succulent Sal, who's forced to come in for his team on the defensive end once again. Sexual Whelan seem to be out of the danger zone for now. Rainwater's going to have to get a good challenge here. She does. She and Fallen Justice get a bit of a bump there at the end, but looking better for Sexual Whelan right now. A little bit of a whiff there. Bringing it into their own end, but Verbose is able to clean it up for his teammate. Fallen Justice bringing it up the wall, gets a good second touch. Succulent Sow easily takes over control of the ball in midfield. Gets a few more touches for control, puts a dangerous ball towards the crossbar. No one's there to try to get a double tap. Flock of Scarabs bringing it out of their end, but the pressure continues for Rainwater. A good pass from Sal. Rainwater puts it into the back of the net. A beautiful passing play from Sexual Whelan. This is what we like to see. This could be the thing that brings them through here in Game 5, JD. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from Sexual Whelan. This is what I've been expecting from them all series.
That's just a beautiful play. Good recognition from Sal to know that he's got that teammate down there. Drops it perfectly to where she's going to reach it, and then the other team is just going to have to sit there and watch. And it was just an absolute beautiful pass. Without that pass, that goal ain't going in. But that is a 1-goal lead, and Fallen Justice is trying to make it a tie again, put us back to 0-0. But Sexual Whelan's like, we got the lead, we ain't letting go of it that easy. And now Flacco trying to do something, but he's unable to. They are holding that pressure tight, Sexual Whelan, trying to keep that ball on the offensive side. Party Total now trying to get a clear, is going to miss, and Rainwater's gonna take that as a free goal. 2-0, 1:11 left. It is looking like Sexual Whelan's game, set, and match.
A little bit of a panic there from Flock of Scarabs. I was just about to say Sexual Whelan's going to close this out if they can keep their rotations clean, keep their cars behind the ball, get clean 50s, and right as I was thinking that, they had a free shot on goal. Flock of Scarabs got a little bit panicky, which is what you don't want to do when you're losing by 1 goal in Game 5. Another dangerous situation for the Flock of Scarabs, able to get the clear at the end there, but we'll see if they can get anything going. They've got to do it soon if they want to make a game of this, but Rainwater puts in her third goal of the game, excuse me. She's got the hat trick. Sexual Whelan has the momentum. It's looking like it's going to be a nice Game 5 victory here for Sexual Whelan, and they're going to make their way to the grand finals. There's still time left for Flock of Scarabs, but they got to get something now, and they've got to get it quickly.
It just doesn't look like enough time left for Flock of Scarabs. I know we're all going to be singing Sexual Whelan's praises for this one because they got it in Game 5, but I just got to say, Rainwater coming in as the Tier 4 player for this team. She said it herself, she is the Tier 4, she is the lowest ranked player, and she is hard carrying this team in Game 5. And it is an absolute beautiful thing to see. What a fake coming in from Sal, but Flacco's not having any of it, says you're not getting another one on me. And Fallen Justice trying to carry it in, get something going in the offensive side here, but just too little, too late. A chance there by Party Turtle, but he's just unable to get to it quick enough. Rainwater again looking for a bump here, and it looks like at that countdown of 6, we are going to be looking at a win for Sexual Whelan on the match, and they are headed to the grand finals.
We have our first grand finalist of the day, JD. Sexual Whelan takes the first series in a very exciting fashion here in Game 5. I feel like the first 4 games, they might have just been getting warmed up. This Game 5 is exactly what I expected to see from them. 9 shots to Flock of Scarab 6, 509 points from Rainwater. Rainwater really stepping up for her team, as you mentioned. 1 save and 3 goals for her. The pressure was too much for Flock of Scarabs to handle. Sexual Whelan came through like they did all season, and especially during the playoffs, that train keeps rolling. They are on their way to the grand finals this afternoon. So, JD, what do you think was the key to Sexual Whelan's victory today? Was it that offensive pressure? Was it all around good rotations, or do you think Flock of Scarabs maybe let this one get away from them a little bit?
I think it's going to fall more on Flock of Scarabs. I think they did let it get away from them. They had that issue with the non-communication that I was calling out. The rotations were off. They just did not have that defensive powerhouse ability that they were showing throughout the whole season. But I know we have Rainwater, the winning team's representative, waiting on standby for us. Let's go ahead and try and get her in here so we can do a little bit of an interview with the winning team.
Rain, do we have you? Did you say yeah? I thought I heard
Rainwater,
a yes
can
there.
you hear us?
Could you? Yeah, there she is. GG's Rainwater. Congratulations. How does it feel to be a grand finalist in Season 7 of the Old Farts League?
It feels awesome. And we were all kind of just saying how Sal kind of carried game 1, and then Verbose kind of did a hard carry on game 3, and we were just kind of joking around like, all right, it's your turn, Rainy. Like, I'm gonna bring out the muscles, and sure enough, was fortunate to get a hat trick on game 3, and it changed it out really well because we tried to change our play style every game after the losing games, and kind of had Sal pushed up a little more in the second game, and then I said, okay, I'm gonna be a hard third man for game 5. I want both of you up front. I can at least get a good clear pass downfield to LFMVP, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, I'll mention that's actually something JD and I were talking about, trying to get Succulent Sal off the goal line. He was doing a lot of defending in the first couple games, and also funny to hear you say that all the three of your team's players got their own kind of MVP performance. So, I will ask you, you mentioned you changed your play style. Do you think that playing in a mixed rank league, do you think that you have to kind of change the way that you approach the game, or do you generally kind of line up the same way you would in ranked as you do with your mixed rank players?
No, 100%. Even when I've been on here casting a lot of these games for the league this season, I've said it multiple times that ultimately, at least what I think the best thing to do is to have your tier 1 and your tier 2 player more as a second and third man, and have your lower tier players push up forward more often than not. And it seems to usually help out just because your higher ranking players can recover more and get those clears, and it gives those opportunities for those lower ranking players to kind of have all the defense from the opposing team already sifted and cleared out, and usually gives them a better opportunity to score. But fortunately, we've been really practicing a lot. Verbose has been practicing extreme amounts, even with having a baby on the way. This week actually just said that they're due on the 30th, and so they're hoping that they can make it that long. But I definitely think it could be a really great thing and a really bad thing, depending how you are. You just have to communicate really well and make it known before the game starts where you want to be that game. If you want your tier 1, tier 2 kind of pressed up more, or if you want your lower tier players pressed up more, and kind of just let it fall into place.
Well, Rain, it seems like we might be having some kind of technical difficulties. We're not quite hearing you, so I'm going to try and do a quick paraphrase of everything you just said, but it won't sound near as pretty because it's not in your voice, but we'll get to it. Basically, everyone on Twitch, since you weren't able to fully hear her, she was saying in answer to the question that Larry asked that basically it comes down to like your communications, your rotations. It's all needs to be the same as what you would see in any rank. When you have those rotations, you have that communication, everything, and you trust your teammates, you're going to do a lot better. And I think that's what it all comes down to. But for me, Rain, I do have one quick question for you. The hardest thing to ever realize in Rocket League is self-improvement. Did playing in this league show you your own self-improvement when playing with these higher-ranked players?
I think it did. So when I joined the server months ago, like early in the year, I was sitting at a low mid plat. And once I got in the league, I was sitting kind of at low mid diamond, and I've been really trying to work hard throughout the season, and it's been really good having Sal and Verbose and Chris on our teams, just since they're a little bit above me, and they're gentle giants, and they're not super like you need to listen to me because I'm higher ranked than you. They just kind of adapt to my play style and then tell me like maybe where I should be or what I should do. And now I'm happily sitting and I've achieved a low champ now throughout the league season. And it's been great. It was a proud moment because I wanted to hit champ on like my 6-month anniversary of playing the game, and fortunately I was able to. And I know it could be difficult for some, but it definitely improved me at least. But I think I was more thankful that I got such a great team and that we just really worked well together. And we had a really good kinship and just rooted and cheered each other on and got super hyped throughout the season on our games that were the big matchups to win, like the wild card and this one today. So it was a great day and a great moment for all of us.
All right. Well, Rainwater, again, congratulations on the win for this first finals. Good luck in the grand finals. We're actually going to head back over to Riff Raff at the desk right now, find out what our next series is looking like.
Sounds good. Thank you, guys.
Welcome back to the studio. We hope you've been having fun so far. That was the first Friday conference finals matchup that you're going to see today. We have a lot more coming up. We have a giveaway that we already have a winner for. We'll announce that after the ad break. We also have another giveaway to announce for a little bit later in the stream, and more Rocket League coming your way. So folks at home, if you have not joined us on Discord already, please do so. ! Discord in chat to get the link to our server, as well as ! Twitter, I believe, to get our Twitter feed and follow up on all events upcoming, as well as ! Patreon in chat to get involved in our Patreon campaign to provide more content like this. And with that said, we are going to be right back after these very important messages.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Now, Pac-Man isn't just a game you play, it's a crispy corn cereal that's coming your way.
Guess you gotta be there. So, I was!
Hi, I'm not Sarah McLaughlin, but I am a Diamond 2, which means I know everything. Will you be an angel for an old fart? Every day, old farts are abused, beaten, and neglected, and they're crying out for help against solo queuing. Please, go to the Discord on your screen and join the Old Farts right now. By just a few clicks of effort, you can be connected to other Old Farts that'll help you lose just as much as before, but with the satisfaction of knowing you're not in it alone. Join now, and you'll be able to see all of our pets for free, so when you get upset, you can stare at our fuzzy wuzzies and feel better. Right now, there's an animal that needs your help, and you should care about that too. By joining our server, you say, okay, but first a little car soccer. Damn BC Canadians anyway.
In the arms of the angel, may you find some comfort here.
Power Slide Cuts, your key to getting some of that sweet, sweet love.
Welcome back, one and all, and welcome now to Rainwater. Thank you very much for joining us in the studio. Happy to have you.
Hello.
Hello. So let's do a quick recap for anybody just joining us. We've just seen a first conference final bout from the Friday division. Sexual Wheeling topping Flock of Scarabs. Congratulations to you, Rainwater, for your part in that matchup. For the folks at home, just give us the brief wrap up real quick.
Yeah, no, we just played the Friday best of 5 series, and it went all the way to game 5. It was back and forth the whole entire series. It was Sexual Wheeling, Flock of Scarabs, us, Flock of Scarabs, and luckily we pulled out a win in game 5 with a 3-0. And it was really close. The first 4 games, I think there was only a 1-goal deficit every single game. It was either a 3-2 on our side or them, and luckily we pulled it out, and it was fantastic. I don't think we could have asked for a better series to open the stream with.
Well, I can't agree more. It was fantastic to watch, and we have more on the way. But first, we have to announce the winner of our first giveaway of the day. Let's see. We have the Party Time Goal Explosion, and I'm checking with my producers one more time to make sure I have the name correct. And yes, it is Hot Dogs. That is Hot Dogs Fun in Twitch, Hot Dogs in the Discord. Congratulations, a brand new member to the server. Happy to have you join in, and you are now the proud owner of the Party Time Goal Explosion. Please remember to reach out to me directly in Discord, and I will set up a time with you to give you your prize. So well done to the winner there, but don't forget, all of you other people that did not win but already entered, you have 2 more chances today. We are going to have 2 more giveaways upcoming. Reminder, big thank you to Devil's Ghost for giving us all of these skins and goal explosions and fun things to give away on our streams. We really appreciate what you've done for the community on that. The next upcoming giveaway is going to be the popcorn goal explosion. So another goal explosion here. If you have already signed up, if you've already entered, you do not need to do anything. You're automatically in this one too. But if you have not yet, type in hashtag BMGoal space your Discord username, hashtag the numbers following your username. Again, as a reminder, if you're not a member of the Discord, you will not be eligible to win. If you are a member of the Discord and you're a member of our Twitch channel, you're a subscriber to our Twitch channel, you will automatically get 2 entries to this giveaway. So please throw those entries in now. I see a couple coming in on Twitch chat as I check my phone real quick. Love seeing that. Get involved there. But while we let you get ready for that second giveaway, we're going to get ready for the second matchup. Rainey, can you tell us who we have upcoming?
Yes, these are the top 2 teams for our Sunday League series. It is Whiff It Good versus Etch-a-Sketch. There was a bit of an upset in the wild card and kind of the grand finals for the Sunday League a few weeks back. Our Karma Chameleon, our almost expected winner to come through and be here today, was knocked out by Whiff It Good in a 3-0. And Etch-a-Sketch had an absolute sweep on the opposing side with Temple of Boom, another 3-0 series as well. As of standing right now, at least right before the playoffs, when in Etch-a-Sketch versus Whiff It Good on their very first week of the series and of our league, did a 3-1, a 2-0, and another 3-0. They were almost clean knockouts all 3 games in a row from the beginning, starting at week 1 of, I think we're on week 9 now. And so we're going to see if maybe some changes happened, if anything has kind of come up. But what is coming up, it seems, is Whiff It Good, because they performed so well within the last playoffs and playing on With It Good. It's Pear, Zethy, and Scrizzy, one of our own on the production team as well. I know they've had some issues throughout the series. I've talked to them personally over the past couple months, and it seems like they've gotten some of those problems ironed out. It seemed like there's just kind of communication errors because all of these players sitting here today, and even one that's not pictured right now, Mikey the Bad Guy, they seem to really get that synergy going kind of in the later half of our league, our season 7 league, and it's all looking pretty good. I mean, average goals sitting up here, we got 1.24 for Pear, 0.8 for Zethy, Scrizzy 0.54, and it's defensively speaking, they're looking pretty decent there. I mean, with the saves and even opposing with the offensiveness, the goals. I mean, they have a goal differential of 12 plus, and even though Etch-a-Sketch is kind of sitting up there with 29, they've kind of been balling out. It seems like, but they were sitting at a really low negative earlier in the season, and that just shows kind of the improvement that they've made over the past few weeks here. And maybe we could see if Etch-a-Sketch, Team Etch-a-Sketch, if we can get their stats pulled up there as well and kind of give y'all a good look at those. Etch-a-Sketch having on here Brady, Drop Hoffman, and Gomi. Gomi we were able to meet at Worlds, Riff, for the first time, as well as Scrizzy. And they have just been an absolute muscle powerhouse through this whole series. I mean, very, very few losses. They're sitting at a 2010 win-loss ratio right before the playoffs. So that could be that's probably definitely higher than what I'm saying as of right now. But kind of looking at the differences here, they do have a little bit lower home goals. I noticed an exception with It Good, but their defense and their saves are a bit higher here. But just looking at the kind of average goals throughout the players in comparison to both teams, they look pretty mirrored almost. Kind of Brady sitting up there with 1.22, dropping Hoffman at 0.8, almost the same exact for their second seed on With It Good, and Gomi sitting at 0.58. I think that's nearly the same as the opposing team as well, but they seem to all be very involved in the playmaking. Their average assists float all about the same amount, and their saves. Very strong defensive team is what I'm kind of looking at right now, and I'm wondering if that's going to kind of put a dent in anything for With It Good and this play style, and see if With It Good has been able to change their play style and adapt with their communication to overcome this team, this powerhouse of a team, because everyone kind of knows the Sunday team to really look out for was Etch-a-Sketch and Karma Chameleon, and now that Karma Chameleon's out, that's only one more to worry about.
Well, that's a very interesting setup of these two teams. I, for one, am very excited to get to this matchup as well. By the way, you might notice in the bottom corner of my screen, we have a guest caster who is attempting to join us. We'll see if she does. In the meantime, a quick recap. We've gone through our Friday conference finals. We've gone through our first giveaway. We have our second giveaway going. We have our second conference finals previewed to you by Rainwater. Thank you very much for going through that.
You're welcome.
We have a lot more action coming up later on. We have a third giveaway upcoming and our grand finals. That's going to be the winners of the two matches you watched today, duking it out for the championship Old Fart Trophy. Yes, we don't have the funds for that, but hey, we have the graphic anyway. So we will absolutely be glued to our screens for all of this, but I think it is time now to get into this second match. So let's bring our casting team on board if they are ready. We have a JD Gibson and a Bitpost in the most fancy of attires.
Oh my goodness.
Love to see it. JD, welcome back to the second matchup, and Bit, happy to have you on screen for us today. Bit, you obviously haven't been with us yet so far, so what was your takeaway from match one?
I just got here. When I heard that the budget for today's production was $200, I had it all spent on my hair. So I just got out of the salon, and I haven't seen a lick of Rocket League today. Completely uninformed.
Well, I'll respect it because the hair looks fantastic. So
right?
Well done, sir.
Yeah, I realized that was
definitely
everyone's
killed it.
budget for today, and I spent it all on my hair. But as far as I'm concerned, money well spent, folks.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, if you're upset about not having a physical trophy, you know who to speak to. So I do want to ask our casters, though, for this upcoming match. We do have Whiff It Good as the unknown in this conference final. They're all over the place on the stat sheet, and they don't really stand out on paper, but they did sweep the number 1 seeded Karma Chameleon to make it into this conference finals. So, JD, I want to start with you on this. What are we expecting to see out of Whiff It Good today, based on the fact that we don't really know who they are?
Well, and that's the beauty of it, Riff, is we don't know. And that makes this finals just that much more interesting and satisfying to watch, because we are looking at a team that really didn't show up on paper. It's like, taking your resume into work. You take that resume in, yeah, they can read everything on paper, but are you really the same as what you look like on paper? And what we're looking at now is these guys don't have that resume. They're just here to show this is who we are, and we're coming to play, and we're going to win it all. Like, that's what they're looking for right now.
All right, Bitpost, anything to add to that?
Etch-a-Sketch is number 1 in the league in assists, not only just in averages, but across the board. This is a team that is passing, and when you're going up against somebody like Whiff It Good, who's currently ranked number 2 in goals. So what I'm talking about here is I'm talking about data-driven prediction. We're just looking at the data. What does the data tell us? The data tells us Whiff It Good is going to play aggressive. They're going to hammer shots. I mean, their player pair, number 3 in the league for shots. This is a team that just hammers at that net. And when you've got Etch-a-Sketch, who are passing based, we're talking about aggression versus brains. And, I don't know what's better for Rocket League. And I think that these two teams are going to tell us what the answer to that is.
Well, so that Bitpost, I have to ask you a follow-up. Based on the passing prowess of Etch-a-Sketch in this upcoming bout, who's the linchpin here? What will Whiff It Good, excuse me as I bumble my words, Whiff It Good, who will they need to take out on Etch-a-Sketch to disrupt those passing plays?
Easy answer, Drop-In Hoffman. Drop-In Hoffman is number 2 in saves, number 6 in assists, but also not number 6 in shots. They did make the top 10 in shots, but those assists combined with number 6 in MVPs. That tells me that we're talking about a glue player. Drop-In Hoffman is somebody who goes around, they mold themselves based on what their team needs to succeed. So if Whiff It Good can get the demos on Drop-In Hoffman, they have a really good chance to interrupt those passing plays, to interrupt that sort of big brain approach that's going to be coming from this team, and then just boom, 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 hammer at that back of the net.
All right, well, we'll have to see if you are correct, sir. To that end, I hand it off to the both of you. Good luck with this matchup. We're excited to see what happens.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, sir,
okay,
we are.
I got to ask, who are you predicting is going to take game 1? Tell me, JD.
This one's so hard to predict just because I haven't seen these players play, and so it does all come down to what's on paperwork for me. The issue is we don't have that paperwork like we were discussing for Whiff It Good, so I'm gonna have to go with Etch-a-Sketch on this one.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. I'm gonna take a slightly different tack with my predictions. I'm going to predict that we're going to see mostly a mix of Octanes and Fenix. We might see one Skyline. I'm going to predict that there's going to be a pair of Voltaics. I don't know what painted color. I think that we're going to be low on the toppers. We might see one antenna decoration, but that's about it. And those are so I think the car that's not going to be an Octane or a Fennec, I think is going to be a Skyline. That's my predictions for this first match.
I like it. And I'm actually
Yeah.
kind of in agreement with you on that one antenna decoration. And if anyone's going to pull it out, I think it's going to be everyone's main man, Scrizzy.
Yeah, that could be. Although, you know, Gomi gets a little funky now and again, too.
Gomi does. Gomi does.
Looks like we're headed down to the field. Folks, welcome to Beckwith Park. Kickoff now. Space Bear versus Bad Guy. Neutral kickoff. Gets sent off into the sidewall. Bad Guy up on the wall looking for that. No, gonna fall backward. Bird kicking it out. Scrizzy gets the block, sends it up high. Opportunity. Pear clears it off to the side. Gonna try to follow that one. Implication. Dropping back behind. Bad Guy now with a clear pass, but no. Sends it off to the side. Shot coming in. Easily controlled by our team in pink. And we're playing a little bit of back and forth, JD.
Yeah, unfortunately, it does not look like I'm going to be able to join you at the moment. I am having a game server full issue. It does not want me to join.
Sweet heavens, well, you just missed out. Bird able to get a tap back from a poor clear and notch the first goal in. Etch-a-Sketch up by 1. Kickoff now. Sent off to the side. Back on with a good side. Pear clears it off to the side. Up, bounce off the high wall. Demo's coming out as Bird takes out the Bad Guy. Opening now. Bear tries to go for the double tap. Doesn't quite get it. Shot from Crizzy off to the side, and it is in. Score is all tied up. Whiff it good and Etch-a-Sketch. Any visibility for you there, JD?
Looks like I'm going to have to try and use our third-party program here, and hopefully it's not too delayed, but we'll see what we can do with it.
Well, fingers crossed.
And it looks like we're now heading into kickoff. It's going to be won by Whiff It Good. Pear trying to keep some pressure on there, but it is cleared out. And yeah, actually, this is going to be very difficult. It is lagging behind for me, so it looks like, Bitpost, you might be on your own for a little bit here, okay?
I can take it. You give me a sweet peep when you're ready to shine back on in. Bird clearing it to the corner. Going to follow that one around. Hand off to Space Bear. No. Looks like maybe a miscommunication coming in from Etch-a-Sketch. No problem for Implication, though. Clearing that one deep down. Bird up off the wall. Going to retreat. Scrizzy kicking that one up over in the corner. Whiff It Good. Trying to put the pressure on. Looking to secure some of this boost. Bad Guy. Shot off the sidewall. Trying to create those opportunities. Pear now, diving in, doesn't quite get a touch. Scrizzy keeping the ball in play. Good, clean defensive rotations coming out from Etch-a-Sketch. Implication is that player I highlighted earlier, otherwise known as Drop-In Hoffman. Doesn't matter though, Mikey, aka the Bad Guy named 16, is going to find the home for the ball in the back of the net off a delicate touch, using that Dominus hitbox to its full potential. Pear versus Implication, aka Hoffman. Ball gets sent offside. Bad Guy up in the corner, hits a high one over Bird, gonna answer that. Scrizzy putting it on net, and it goes in the back. 3-2. That's a 2-goal lead now for Whiff It Good.
Bitpost, do you mind if I think I'm gonna jump in with you and cast a little co-cast with you? Is that all right?
Hey, Rainy, good to see you.
Yeah, no, good to see you too. I'm not sure if you know, Mikey the Bad Guy, he's kind of been filling in for Whiff It Good in kind of, like I said, the later half of the season. I think some of it was more technical issues, but he's been a really strong kind of player for the team. It seems like he is their 4th tier for Whiff It Good, but he's been absolutely promising in his progress, and kind of like the question y'all had asked me earlier, he has shined more and more throughout this season, has improved so much.
Yeah, so when you're
anything.
saying 4th position, you're talking about the lowest ranked player, right?
Yeah,
Like
their tier 4 player.
Diamond or plat area?
Yeah, he's diamond. He's their high diamond player, but I think he was kind of sitting in the saddle. Same with me. He was kind of their plat. He is on console, and he's been putting in a lot more time, and I've just seen nothing but improvement from him throughout the season.
Yeah, I have to agree. I was able, our Discord community is home to just tons of pickup games. Day or night, you want to find a game, you're able to get it. And I have been able to pick up a couple of games with Mikey or the Bad Guy. And I got to agree with you. He's got a fearlessness that comes from enthusiasm. And he's just a ton of fun to play with.
Yeah, no, he just shows no fear, and even though it is kind of a scary thing, like for any kind of tier 4, tier 3 hopping in, especially if you don't necessarily play with high ranking players, it's intimidating. And he has just had a absolute titanium steel shield coming into this and has showed no fear, no mercy. And it's just kind of blended in with everybody. And if anything, I think that's what Whiff It Good really needed. They needed somebody that was fearless, that could just hop in at any given moment.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's one of the really, I don't mean to go in full advertisement mode here, but that's one of the huge advantages with these leagues. Is that a runaway goal? Oh, it is unfortunate. Mikey, however, the bad guy, going to pick up second goal for this game so far, tipping Whiff It Good back into the lead here off just an overextension coming in from Etch-a-Sketch.
Absolutely fearless. And yeah, I mean, this has been a really close series, back and forth. It was 3-3. Mikey just teeing off Whiff It Good with a 1-goal over here. Skrizzy, though, is going to win this kickoff, kind of getting a good push. Pear following closely behind, trying to get that aggressiveness into Etch-a-Sketch's side. And it seems like that aggressiveness is working. As I kind of said before, Etch-a-Sketch, they're more defensive than anything. And whatever Whiff It Good has kind of been throwing at them, they've been having some trouble on throwing it back out towards them and hasn't really been making too many offensive plays or pushes. They're trying to stay patient, which I really like. No one's really scrambling yet, but looks like Whiff It Good, they're going to try and get an insurance goal, keep the pressure on, not going to fall back into a defensive state here. Mikey backflips, maybe just fakes out the touch there, gives it over to Pear. Pear gets some time with the ball here, had plenty of time to kind of go over and do something there, but Implication is going to try and cross that off, goes for the goal, but unable to get or do anything with it.
Bird now trying to get a block on that one, clearing it into the back. Implication in the back end, kicking that ball forward. 37 seconds left. If you're Etch-a-Sketch, you need a goal. You need to start creating those opportunities. Pear going to try to take that one away. Bird back on the attack, slowing it down, looking for that pass. Doesn't quite get it. Shrizzy's going to challenge that one right off the bat. Follow that into the corner with a little bit of twisting and turning. Implication doesn't get the save, but Pear isn't able to notch that one in the back. Back pass now to Shrizzy. 15 seconds left on the clock. Rainey, where are we going with this game?
It's looking like something for Whiff It Good right now. There is only 8 seconds left on the clock here. Pear kind of fakes to go in a little bit, takes the patience, but Bird able to seal the deal with 3 seconds left on the clock here. Pear, yeah, he was just a little bit too hesitant there, I think, in that play. Wasn't able to get a good, clean touch. And Bird just said no problem and tied this up. We could be going into an overtime if there isn't a kickoff goal. Let's see. Oh, looks good. Only 1 second left on the clock, and that is going to be an OT for our game 1. My goodness.
Shot off to the side now. Bad guy is on top of it. Sends that one off to the side, getting cleared. Ball loose in the midfield. Tag team going after it. Implication, aka Hoffman, tries to go for the ceiling shot, doesn't quite get it. Pear sends that one off weakly to the side. No, that's a pass to Shrizzy. Smart play. Sends it off Major. Ooh, gets missed. Bird able to catch that one up, send it on back down. Pear gonna meet that one. You know, I'm seeing opportunities get created, but they're not hitting that 100% mark where it's something that is actionable. We've got a bunch of 75% here, and that's not going to get the shot.
Yeah, it seems like both teams, which they're kind of proceeding with caution here, but Skrizzy was able to, I could tell just the nerves right now for some of these players. You can tell they're a little bit hesitant, and they're just not doing that full commitment that they need just to get those little easy touches and clears out of the way. But Skrizzy was able to make light of that opportunity and put a goal and a win on the board for overtime. MVP for game 1. Congratulations, Whiff It Good. Best of 5 series. Long ways to go, but looking good for him so far over the kind of, like I said, just the absolute slaughterhouse of Etch-a-Sketch for Sunday's League.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at the scoreboard, I want to highlight Pear from Whiff It Good as the player. Didn't pick up the MVP, but
we have a sub coming on for Etch-a-Sketch.
Ooh, the plot
Gomi
thickens,
is
Rainey.
subbing in. It looks like for Spaced Bear. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. I'm just looking at the chat here.
That's going to change the arrangement entirely. So And I think we've only got a few more seconds left. A Rocket League game is a little bit like trying to find a house to rent, right? You've got this time in the beginning, and you've got this budget, and you're like, I'm gonna find the right place for me to live in. It's it's got to have a view. It's got to be by the end of the game, you're like, look, it's not a safe neighborhood, but I just need a place to store my stuff, okay? And that's what we saw at the end of that game in overtime, and that's what led to the overextension. When you bring a new player in like this, it's suddenly somebody showing up and say, I've got a queen size bed. I need to take the master bedroom. What's going to happen? The whole living room needs to get rearranged, Rainey.
Yeah, no, it's definitely gonna be a change of pace, and I gotta say, I love the house analogy. It really, you never think you can apply certain things, whether it be just homes, snowy owls to Rocket League, and you are just ultimately the best at those analogies, and I can't get enough of them. So please, thank you so much. But yeah, it could potentially throw a wrench in things for Whiffet Good. They kind of just started getting an idea for their playstyle against Etch-a-Sketch, and now we're going to do a 180 and change everything. Almost, even though they got a win on the board, everything might just go out the window here with having a new player take on the scene. But for Etch-a-Sketch, they're going to have to adapt to that new player. And my goodness, what a save there, and a shot on Scrizzy, but wasn't able to get through for Whiffet Good. But yeah, back to it could be potentially really good or really harmful for either side, just because everyone's now going to have to adapt to this new person entering the field.
And that's going to change the equation quite a bit. Pair up now, sending that one out mid. Gomi's going to pick that one up, send it into the corner. A little bit of contest coming in from Zeffy and Scrithy. Pair minding the P's and Q's back at the net. Gets a nice clear. Shrizzy catches that one, sending that one further on downfield. Pop high over the net. Gomi clearing that one downfield. Hand off to Bird, who's going to send that one through the air into the corner. Looking to follow. No, Pair is there. Good challenges coming in from Pair. Highlighting that player as my MVP from last game was no mistake. I think the opportunities that Pair creates, but more importantly, that critical third player back. Watch Pair this game, and assuming Gomi doesn't mess up the meta that they're working under, keep your eye on Pair. Pair is going to be a linchpin in terms of getting those saves, and in really doing an excellent job as that third player back, knowing when to challenge and when to fall back range.
Yeah, and I just kind of got some word from production too. I know I just mentioned that Gomi got placed in for Etch-a-Sketch, but I'm not sure. Maybe some of you could tell. We have another new trade-out player on Whiffet Good's side. From what I was told, both teams, which I really like this, agreed to play their Tier 4 player for at least one game. That way everybody was kind of involved on Grand Finals weekend and let everyone kind of get a taste and have some involvement in this. So now, instead of Mikey the bad guy, we have Zeffy now for Whiffet Good. So as of right now, we have only Tier 1, 2, and 3 players on the field from both teams. A very level matchup in play for this next series, and it seems like Whiffet Good, they're still scooting along pretty well, but I do notice they are a little bit more defensive, if anything, right now.
Bird gonna let that one go for the implication, aka a Hoffman. Shrizzy clearing that one out, but right back into the loving arms of Bird. Shrizzy again clearing it, this time to the implication. They just keep sending their loved ones into the opponents. Zeffy now trying to work this one out of the corner. Gomi kicking it back around, again looking to create those opportunities. Shrizzy sends it, and I swear to God, Rainey, we're playing not badminton, we're playing volleyball as it just goes back and forth. Although I guess badminton counts, yeah. Same kind of thing.
Really, I think in the technical terms, you could really say any sport going back and forth, just trying to start from one end and get to the other side here. But Whiffet Good has been absolutely ruthless on their defense and their offense, keeping that really good pressure on Etch-a-Sketch right now. A nice little touch by Pair going in, and what a save by Hoffman. The implication, keeping Etch-a-Sketch alive with only 2 minutes left to go. Still plenty of time for someone to make this next move, potentially an insurance goal for Whiffet Good, or tying it up for Etch-a-Sketch. They're going to have to try and make a play here very soon if they're going to want to see a potential win or overtime, or just some kind of equalizer. They need to start kind of getting a little bit more aggressive. I know they're a bit more of a defensive team, but they do need to get some stuff out there because it seems like it's just been relentless coming from With It Good.
I don't know that they do. Yes, they're down by 1 point, but I love Etch-a-Sketch's patience, and I don't think I've seen a single double commit. They've got nerves of steel on defense. Yes, the ball has been squarely outside their box for most of this game, but with the exception of one shot that turned into a goal coming in from With It Good, they haven't flinched. And this is a team that is patient, and I'm feeling good about their odds of this patience, paying off. Granted, we've got less than 60 seconds for them to get that equalizer and take it into overtime. But I do really, really like this patience and the sort of smart play that I see coming out of this squad.
Yeah, no, they haven't really batted an eye too much towards on either team kind of being more offensive or defensive, and I haven't seen With It Good really scrambling. And another scored by the newest one on the stream right now, Mr. Zethy himself. A nice touch and a block there by Strizzy, getting it right over to Zethy, pushing it past 2 defenders on Etch-a-Sketch. Now I think I'm right, and we're at 33 seconds here. Etch-a-Sketch, knock knock, wake up. We're gonna need something from you coming out here, because if not, we're gonna be going into game point for With It Good in this final series, or in this final game.
Yeah, not looking good. 22 seconds left. Gomi clearing that one out. Takes a demo to the face from Pear. Implication going to try to dig this one out. Up off the backboard. Gomi is there. No bird. Implication again. Excellent handoff from defense, but it's not going to be enough. A 2-goal lead from With It Good is going to be the seal for this game. Rainey, they've signed a lease. They've rented the place for the full 12 months. This is their arena. They've got Beckwith Park. With It Good gonna take game number 2 with authority. Rainey.
Yep, congratulations, With It Good. 2-0 in this best of 5 series. Etch-a-Sketch, y'all are gonna have to change up something here. Gonna get that aggressiveness, because With It Good has definitely adapted to it and has shined through in this next game that we just witnessed. And God, I don't know what's gonna I just said what probably has to change here, but if anything, maybe too much is changing. We just had player changes on game 1 and game 2. So it's hard to adapt to that and resynchronize with your team and the other team that had player changes. But it seems like With It Good's had no issues in there. Zethy has mended in perfectly, as if nothing happened and as if he were in game 1 himself. So I don't know what Etch-a-Sketch is thinking, but if I were them and thinking for them right now, it's looking a little scary.
Yeah, I know that I've been crowing about this for a while now. Pear is my absolute must-watch player. This is not a flashy player. This is not a solo carry player. This is a foundational bedrock player that you can build a team around, because Zethy is everywhere. Pear is everywhere you need them to be at any given moment, just always in the right spot. And that kind of luck is of being in the right place at the right time takes skill. And it's not a skill that shows up in points, but it's a skill that shows up in terms of giving opportunities to your teammates to score goals. I'm just going to call it right now. Pear is my MVP for this series.
Yeah, Pear's that
Loving
guy
it.
you can fall on, depend on, call at 2 a.m. to bail you out of jail, pick you up from the bar.
This sounds like you have personal experience with this, Rainey. Is this
not
when
with
was
me
this?
personally?
What happened?
No, I have had to get out at 3 or 4 a.m. to pick up a friend or two in the past, but luckily, no, I'm got my nose clean from the law. I'm not on the warrants list as of yet. If it is, it's going to be for playing bad Rocket League, maybe in the next and final Grand Series here. But
I see.
Nope, it just I have to agree with you a little bit there. Pear has been just an exceptional player all around for With It Good, and Skrizzy, Mikey the bad guy, and Zethy, can't leave them out either. They have been pushing really hard for this, and I know they were just really down in the beginning of the season, and they did not let that impact them, because they have changed and grown so much, and you could see that in their gameplay today against like the #1 seeded team for Sunday. they're pushing forward with a 2-0 lead right now. So hats off to them, and Etch-a-Sketch, it is your turn to pick up the phone and try and dial up a win here.
It is. We're 30 seconds into game number 3. Gonna find out if Whip It Good is gonna send Etch-a-Sketch to go live on a farm upstate, if you know what I mean. Trizzy now sends it up off the backboard. Implication gonna leave that one. Bird gonna head on down. Bird pushing, but no. Pear kicks that one downfield into the corner. Gomi meets it. Tries to get a follow-up Zeffy. Kicks that one up high. Bird is there. Poor touch, leaving that for Implication. Skrizzy does the bounce shot. Bounce shots are OP, Rainy, but not enough to get through that net. Lot of high vertical ball bounces. Love to see it.
Yeah, and from what I've been seeing, Etch-a-Sketch, I've been seeing a lot of whiffs, and I don't know if it's because Whip It Good's on the field and they're just trying to take it by name, or what. But Skrizzy is going to take advantage of absolutely any and all whiffs that are coming from Etch-a-Sketch. Gets it over the Implication. Pear gets it over the Implication. A good fake out of the other, and Skrizzy to finish it out. What a play by Whip It Good, putting them in the lead once again. And on match point for this series, this could be a clean sweep, something completely different from the first series.
Yeah, you know, I was yapping about the patience I saw from Etch-a-Sketch. I'm ready for the patience to go away, just to replace with, full octane, just bind boost to every button if you're Etch-a-Sketch. I want to see boost on the jump button, on the power slide button, on the up, down, left, right buttons. Just turn on the juice and hammer away at this Whip It Good. Give me a game 4, please, I'm begging.
Yep, hammer it away. Gomi is going to try and pass it back onto his team. The Implication dropping Hoffman, goes up for the air dribble, gets it over 150s, though, getting a nice little block there for Whip It Good, relieving some pressure off. Skrizzy's going to try and push forward here. Nice little cut, though, by Pear. Fortunately able to get that, but man, Whip It Good, keeping that offense and those 50s. It's not always about trying to beat the ball and beat them to the ball, but getting a good clean 50 is crucial for your team to try and follow up here, and Whip It Good has been doing just that in itself. Skrizzy needs to go in for this touch here, gets it, but misses it off the wall here, dropping Hoffman. Good little back pass to Gomi, but dunked by Zeffy, and no shot, no goal.
I have to salute the respect I'm seeing from both teams. We had a few demos in the first couple of games. I think this one has been really clean. There have been some opportunities, specifically Gomi has had other cars in front of him, and he has opted to, turn the other cheek and to not go for that bump, not go for that demo. And I don't know if that's going to wind up being a mistake, but as somebody who's a demo fan, I kind of approve of the classy top hat and monocle play that I'm seeing on the field with both of these teams, giving that physical respect to each other. Trizzy looking like he's got a runaway, but no, leaving it for Zeffy. Shot coming in off the side. Shreddy gets the demo. Shrizzy gets the demo on Bird, but it's not enough. That CAD gonna dunk that ball in the back of the net.
What a play between Skrizzy and Zeffy there. Skrizzy getting the pass over to Zeffy, a great 50, and then a demo, clearing the way for Zeffy to just, roll it right in, easy peasy. And goodness gracious, I mean, it's looking like an open and shut game right now, but Gomi's going to try and keep that pressure on, but God, see, just another whiff and just not the touch that they needed to try and give it back into Etch-a-Sketch, because even if you don't want to abandon the ball, and it just seems like there's been a lot of abandonment, too many trips to the fire station, and that ball needs to be their baby, and they need to keep hold of that and try and press forward and get that oppressive offense back onto them, because God, it's not working out for him. Close shot there by Pear, though. Zeffy gets the fake, but Bird able to get it back onto them. It looks like they're trying to push out there, but Whip It Good just is keeping them on their toes and is keeping it on their side of the field.
Less than a minute, in fact, almost half a minute left to go. Down by 2. Etch-a-Sketch needs to pull it together right now. Shot off to the side, Zeffy following that one. Gomi kicks it up high, looking to create that opportunity down off the backboard. Pear sends that one off to the side. Bird now meeting, but gets faked out. Pear able to get it around Bird. Bird gonna pick that ball up, looking to create something implication coming in. Zephy, no, last 10 seconds of the game. It is now or never, do or die for Etch-a-Sketch, and I don't think they've got the beans in the tank, Rainey. Ball is on the ground, clock hits 0, and Whiff It Good has swept Etch-a-Sketch in the penultimate game for today's stream.
Wow. All I have to say is we're going to be in for it in our grand finals match, because I'm going to be leaving the desk here shortly and playing Whiff It Good. So it is a little fearful, to say the least, seeing a clean sweep for Whiff It Good. But I mean, if anything, congratulations, Whiff It Good. You are the #1 for Sunday's league. And God, it's going to be a hell of a last series here. And Scrizzy's mom, I know you're watching, absolutely should be proud of your son cleaning it up as MVP. Tying in points with Zephy, though, at 282 there. My goodness. And Pear just keeping it. I mean, God, you can just look at all their points and totals. They're nearly all the same. And just so you can see with the shots there was 9 shots for Whiff It Good over just the 2 from Etch-a-Sketch. But I think we're going to try and move it forward and talk to one of the players from Whiff It Good in kind of our post-match interview. What do you say, Bitpost?
Heck yeah, bring it on. Whiff It Good, I know I was talking an awful lot about Pear. Oh, no, we're taking a break?
Nope, I think we're going to do an interview, and then we'll go to a short break afterwards.
Okay. Sorry. I get confused easily. Bright lights, loud noises. You just got to keep me on a short leash.
It's understandable. It's all good. But, God, I mean, while we're kind of waiting for our last player or for one of the players from Whiff It Good to hop in and kind of this interview, do you expect anything kind of coming out of this grand final series? I mean, I just played in the first series, and it was such a close back and forth game, but I know how much of Flock of Scarabs can be such a powerhouse team, and it may just be because we're playing a little bit earlier than we usually do, and it's not nighttime yet, or if, what's kind of in the air right now. But God, I know allergies are in there right now. I'm dying. But do you see anything kind of coming out of this grand final series, kind of seeing our team against Whiff It Good now, pairing up head to head?
Yeah, I do. So I have a very specific prediction for what's going to happen for this final series, and yeah.
God.
So I
Please tell me.
I think what's going to happen is I'm going to take a half a cup of popcorn kernels in about a quarter cup of oil in the pan. I'm going to do it on high and shake it back and forth. Roll up that popcorn. I'm going to do about a quarter cup of butter. I'm going to throw in probably a half cup of nutritional yeast, because holy smokes, that stuff is good. And then sprinkle in balsamic vinegar. Here's the thing, Rainey. For $8.99, I got this thing of white balsamic vinegar for cooking on popcorn.
Mm-hmm. Fire. Just straight
so
fire.
I'm going to have a big old bowl of that. And as for who's going to win, I have no idea. But I'm going to be eating popcorn. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, God. Well, thank you so much. That was very impactful and very helpful. I do see Mikey and Scrizzy have hopped into the hot seat here. I think we're going to bring them into the caster booth and talk with them right now. Mikey and Scrizzy, welcome to the hot seat. How good God, guys. A clean sweep. All 3-0. How do y'all feel right now? Yeah, just the synergy is there. And I gotta say, I absolutely loved how both teams y'all wanted everyone to be involved, knowing this was kind of the tell and end all for season 7. And you wanted all players to play on this field today. And I gotta say, I really love it. And I love seeing Mikey, you out there on the field. You've really done well this season, and we're just super proud of y'all. And y'all have done so well and made so many improvements. I know y'all had some troubles and tribulations there in the beginning of the season with communication, and it seems like that's just kind of melted away. That's gone.
I got a question for Scrizzy. Scrizzy, you're here? Woo! Yes. What was the single most important moment of that game? The single most impactful play that you remember? Granted, you've only got your point of view, but what was the moment for you where it clicked and you said, I know how the rest of the series is going to go?
I saw the double tap, and I saw you almost had a second one. You went in for a double tap, and it waterfalled off the backboard. I think that one was in game 3.
Yeah.
But, golly, y'all just seemed to be really on it, and y'all did not show any fear going up against Etch-a-Sketch. I know kind of Etch-a-Sketch and Karma Chameleon, they were kind of the top 2, like, powerhouse teams, and that could be a little frightening to kind of go up against, and y'all just beat out Karma Chameleon, y'all beat out Etch-a-Sketch, and said no problem. And I think we're having issues right now. I don't think they're able to hear Mikey and Scrizzy right now, but for all of you, I'll just kind of emulate a little bit what they had just said. It seems like they've just had... God, Mikey, you worded it so well, and I'm trying to just reiterate some of it. Y'all have just been there for each other, and the communication is there, and y'all haven't been stressing that this is a last grand finals game, and y'all are just laughing, having fun with it, and I just love that. And thank you so much for sharing that with us, Bitpost. I don't know if you want to add anything, or Mikey, Scrizzy, if you want to say anything, because we're about to go against each other in this last grand finals.
Can I say something?
Smack talk.
Yeah, Rainwater, I love you, but you are going down, and we are not going to show any. We're not holding anything back. Yeah.
For those at home, Scrizzy said he does love me, which who doesn't? But he said that we're going down, and I got some news for you. And Scrizzy's mom, close your ears. I love him too, but there's just no way and possibility that is going to happen. And we're gonna emulate what y'all just did, and it's gonna be a clean sweep.
You can try.
Wow.
You may not succeed. Let's get ready.
I'm gonna make a double batch of popcorn rainy so that I can share with others, because this is gonna be a show.
Okay, y'all are coming through now. I think the chat can hear everybody. Thumbs up in the chat if y'all are able to hear them, just for confirmation. But I think y'all are heard.
Okay.
So Mikey and Scrizzy are bit. Yeah, please go right ahead.
Awesome. Okay, cool. So then, if we can hear them, I've got a question specifically for Mikey. In these games where you've got such a mix of rank, right? In these leagues, and Rainey and I were talking about this. This is one of the advantages of a group like Rocket League Old Farts, where we've got a league where you get an opportunity to play with people across the ranks, which makes you a more well-rounded player. Where else do you get those kind of opportunities? But there's a very specific problem, which is the speed of recovery or the speed of play, and that really comes into this thing called rotations. I don't know what rotations are. It's just a theory or a rumor.
Never heard of it.
I've heard of it, but if you are that lower ranked player, there's that question of, do I go or do I stay? Do I challenge? Do I rotate back? And you have a longer time to get back than, say, some other players do. How do you make that work with rotations and challenges, knowing that speeds and recoveries are different? How do you answer that question inside your head? Do I go for this or do I wait?
So honestly, actually, earlier this morning, it's awesome. You hit this question right on something we were talking about earlier, which is they gave me a red light or a green light. And they were like, have less red lights and more green lights. Just go, because they can recover, they can play around me for the most part. Yeah. So that allows me to just kind of break the chains, unleash the beast, and just come out hot and really enable these guys. Because if I can start making some of those plays, if I can win some of these 50s, touch the ball, clear it to their side, take the ball off the top and keep it pushing in their net, I know these dudes are going to be up in the air, coming hot, putting balls on net. So that's my job, and that's what they told me. Just go for it. Play without thinking. Don't worry about mistakes. Forget it. Just have a goldfish memory, even though they do have a good memory, better memory than what science says. So
yeah, that sounds like they're just kind of like letting you out of the cage and go get them.
Loved it. That was an awesome first game.
We'll take care of it back here, but yeah, you go kill them, Tiger.
Thank you, guys. Good luck to you, Rain. Also, I'm looking forward to a great series with y'all.
Thank you guys so much. Good luck to y'all, and guys on stream, we will be right back after a few of these short messages. Alrighty, so stick tuned.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
These and many more made Big G a superstar in the world of music. Who could forget its #1 bromance hit with
this love I have inside, and I'll give it all to you. My endless love.
Get Big G makes the heart go brrr at a store near you.
Rotate back post. Marriage issues. Rotate back post. If the ball is on this side, this is the back post. If the ball is on this side, this is the back post.
The middle is not a back post.
So get over to Old Farts Coaching and ask for Pantless Panda.
Okay.
Friday night, playing some Carball, baby. I love this game. Wait, what the hell are you doing? Jesus, this is bullshit!
Does this sound like you? Are you stuck in a rank lower than you deserve? Don't panic. You might be suffering from Chasius Ballian. Hi, I'm Riffraff, and I'm not a doctor. The Old Farts Medical Research Division has spent countless hours staring at vials of food coloring and have come to the conclusion that you are not the problem. Do you recognize these players? I mean, seriously, what the fuck are they doing? These are your solo queue teammates. These are the people you trust your rank to every day. Luckily, there's a solution. The Rocket League Old Farts Discord server. Sure, we suck as bad as everyone else our age, but at least here, you're playing with friends. Side effects can include slacking off at work, forgetting to pick up the kids, annoying your spouse, winning the lottery, and arthritis. Seek medical attention immediately if you experience rank drops of over 3 divisions in 1 hour, or death. So talk to your doctor about joining the Old Farts today, and get back to the rank you deserve. RLOF is a non-medical, non-licensed, entertainment-based service and can provide no guarantees that you will get good. Do not take Old Farts if you're allergic to fun or have a history of being a jerk. Paid for by no one because it's all trash anyway. Welcome back to the desk, ladies and gentlemen. We are midway through our stream as we get ready for the grand finals up and coming. But first, a couple of updates for you. As you see, we have a guest caster joining me at the desk. Say hi, Lily. Come here. She may be in and out of the shot, but don't mind her. She just loves the Rocket League. So, first and foremost, we have to give away another goal explosion. If you remember correctly, the goal explosion this time is the popcorn explosion. If you've already entered, you had a chance to win. We do have our winner, though. The name is Vigil. Vigil, congratulations on your win for this popcorn giveaway. Again, thank you to Devil's Ghost for supplying all of these giveaways. Vigil, contact me via Discord to claim your prize. But don't go away if you're still looking for something to win, because there is a third opportunity. We are giving away one more item today. It is another goal explosion, and I believe it is Shattered. We'll get that up on the screen momentarily, but again, these giveaways all provided by Devil's Ghost, free of charge to the Old Farts community. We love to see the positive sharing and caring going around the horn here. And there it is. If you have not entered into the giveaway yet, type hashtag BMGoal, then space, then your username on Discord, hashtag and the numbers of your username. That will get you an entry into the giveaway. There is one more attempt for the rest of this stream. It is the Shattered goal explosion. And as a reminder, if you are a Twitch subscriber, you will automatically be double entered. You will get 2 entries to this giveaway. So make sure you're subscribed before you type it in. With that out of the way, we are getting ready for the grand finals. This is the end of the line, the culmination of season 7, the kit and caboodle, the whole shebang. So we are excited to see our two winners from the previous conference finals, Sexual Wheelin' and I believe, oh my God, I lost my notes on this one. Who was our winner just now? Whiff It Good, I believe, is our competitor here, both showing a pretty strong performance on both offense and defense in a couple of different plays. Here's our Sexual Wheelin' stat block. This, again, these stats are from the regular season, so this does not include the playoff information, but it gives you a good picture of who these players are and what to expect. I will say for Sexual Wheelin', there is a substitution. Rainwater is replacing Chris in today's bout, so we will need to we won't have the stats, unfortunately, for that, but we are ready to see her come alive again. As a quick reminder, she had a hat trick in one of the final matches of her semifinal conference final series to take her team forward into the grand finals. So without further ado, I want to bring in our casting team to discuss this upcoming match. Welcome, Mike, the support, and Big G, the biggest of the hype men and leader of the coaches, I will say, on the server. Mike, happy to have you from across the pond. What have you enjoyed watching so far as we've seen two very intense conference finals?
You know, Scrizzy's team was struggling towards the start of the season, but as the playoffs kept happening, as they got towards the elimination matches, they just looked better and better. And honestly, they lived up to the potential that they were supposed to live up to. So they're just looking quite good right now.
I will have to paraphrase a little bit because unfortunately we lost your audio at the beginning of that answer. Quite simply, all that people missed, I believe, was that you were excited about the first matchup because it was a lot more interesting, a lot more back and forth, and a lot closer on the scoreline. Big G, what about your take?
I don't know, Riff. I'm conflicted. We have two really good teams. Honestly, I might have voted against both teams in the predictions. So I'm going to put my hands up for that one. Hey, you know what? That kind of goes along with how I was predicting the games at Worlds too. So we see I have some sort of common theme going on here. But honestly, I think it depends on a couple of key factors. I think for Sexual Wheelin', it all comes down to Rainwater. I think if we go back and look at that final game, her hat trick was the reason that they won the game. If she didn't play the way she played that game, they might not even be here in the finals. I think Sal is an amazing player, a very consistent player. And I think Verbos had a couple of really key moments, but I think he also did a really good job of just keeping a really good spacing. But I think Rainwater was that player, you know, where it's up to her, basically, that's going to decide the game. So I think
Big G, I want to cut in there and ask you, though. I understand that for Rainwater on Sexual Wheelin', but what about for Whiff It Good? Who's the player you need to see activate for them to actually come forward in the series?
So Whiff It Good, honestly, I think it's Zethi. Personally, I haven't seen too much of him playing. I haven't seen him in the league. I haven't been able to cast any of his games. I know Scrizzy and I know Parrot, and I both know they're both really, really solid players. But Zethi, I think we looked at him. I think he might be the lowest rank on that team. He did not look it when we were watching that gameplay. He looked like he had really solid ball control, really solid 50s. And I think if we continue to see that sort of play from him, I think Whiff Good has a really good shot. But Pear's a really good player. Scrizzy, I know, is anywhere from C2 to GC, depending on the day. So that could be a big factor, too.
All right, we'll see how that plays in. Mike, I want to ask you some similar questions, specifically first about Rainwater. Obviously, she came alive, and as Big G said, was the real reason for that win in the final game of their series. She's also the Tier 4 player. Do you think Whiff It Good is going to take that into account and maybe try and, I don't know, game it a little bit, play their top 3 against that line, knowing they're up against a Tier 4? Or did her performance actually stand out as, oh no, we need to actually bring our top 3 players because we are not guaranteed a victory here?
Well, let's get one thing out of the way, because Rain is Tier 4 in parentheses, because as she said herself in the interview that she's made an immense amount of improvement in the last few months that she's joined the server. And from what I remember, she's just been constantly grinding the private matches against the high-level players. And she said herself, I think she went from low to mid diamond to champ. And it showed on stream because she got the hat trick in the all-important game 5. She got a few stray goals here and there. And you can't just say, oh yeah, she's a tier 4 player, because obviously she's tier 3/tier 2 with how she's currently playing.
Well, all right. So that is a great boost of confidence for Rainwater, and I think you're right. Whiffetgood is going to have to take that into account. But then on the other side, and Big G actually mentioned the thing I wanted to bring up as well, that Skrizzy can be very hit or miss. Sometimes he is on his game like no other, but occasionally likes to, I'll say, goof off a little bit in the style of a true old fart. So which Skrizzy are we going to see in this grand final matchup?
So I think we're getting the Skrizzy that we deserve. I think as a community, I think we're going to get the Skrizzy that we absolutely deserve. What Skrizzy will that be? I have no idea, but I know that he's going to have fun playing, and win or lose, he's going to bring his team around him at the end of the series and say, "Great job, guys. We had so much fun."
Mike, your last take?
Same here. I think Skrizzy was completely hot. Like, he was on fire when he was playing on the show match. And I think that it's just a matter of time before we see him pop off into, the beautiful flower that he was always meant to be. The guy's on a grind. He's a gym rat in the game and also out of the game. So I just don't see it any other way, honestly.
All right. Well, then, as a last minute before I hand off the call to you both, let's get our final predictions in the books. Mike, who's taking this one?
Well, with that little speech that I gave about Skrizzy, I'm going to have to go with it good, because that performance that they had was really convincing for the semifinals. I would also argue to a certain extent that the Sunday conference was more difficult than the Friday conference. Don't at me, please, but I do think it was more difficult. And they had to struggle against a lot of really good teams, and they pulled through. They're the last one on top from the Sunday conference, and I think they're taking it all.
Big G, are you in agreement, or do you have something new to say?
I am absolutely in agreement with Mike. I think the 3-0 sweep from Whiffetgood, I don't think there's anything more you need to say.
Wow. All right. Big words from our two casters. I am going to just hedge the bets and go the opposite way. I will support Sexual Wheelin' from the Friday League. They are going to take this one because they are the underdog here, because they are less expected to, and they're going to shock everybody in a big way. Mark my words. So with that, I will hand off the call to the two of you. Gentlemen, thank you very much for being here, and good luck with this one. It's going to be a wild ride.
Thank you, Riff Raff.
Absolutely.
One thing I did want to mention, Mike, I don't know, you haven't gotten the chance to meet Skrizzy in person, but I'll tell you, that man is full of energy, and this is coming from me and all the stuff I was doing in our section. Skrizzy is 100% full of energy, and his love for this game is one of the most beautiful things I have seen in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, it really shows. The guy's on the grind constantly, whether it's in the gym, whether it's in the game. He is always putting in the effort, the hours, making sure that he's on top of his game. And I will say from, let's call it an inside perspective, that he has been grinding a lot. He went from, I believe it was around low champ 2, maybe high champ 1. He got all the way to around GC in a matter of a few months. So the guy really just has it all. He's got the talent, he's got the hard work and dedication, and also he's got the attitude as well, because as Mikey showed, like, the guy's really enjoyable to play with, and he doesn't really hold any failures against his teammates.
Yeah. Another question I had for you, Mike. So I feel like in this lobby, I feel like for the most part, we're sitting around high champ to GC for most of the players here. Verbose Rhetoric, I believe, falls in on the bottom of that rank list. What do you think his job's going to be here to help fit into this game, to help his team? What position do you think he needs to be in?
It's going to be tough. I think that when you're like more towards the bottom end, you just have to pick and choose your battles. You have to choose the right stake to die on, because otherwise, you're just going to overcommit, make it really hard for your teammates. So if Verbose focuses on good challenges, good recoveries, I do think that Sal and Rainwater will have the firepower to back it up. And so we're just going to have to see, how does Verbose pull it through?
I think if you do what he did in his last series and just hit a couple double tap butt touches, I think we'll be just fine.
Yeah, that double tap was really swaggy. So, the guy's clearly got moves, and sometimes, he's a bit of a sleeper pick, I think. I think that when he was actually really on for the series. But generally, he's a bit more quiet. He likes to lurk around a bit and not make too much of a presence. But man, his presence was definitely felt in a few of those games.
100%. 100%. Well, as we gear towards our final best of 7 series, that's right, we are going to be having a best of 7 for our grand final. The players are making their way towards the field. We're getting started here. This is the Rocket League Old Farts Season 7 Grand Finals, starting right here, right now.
This is where legends are born. We've had quite a few people joining the pantheon of the Old Farts League, and we are going to have 3 completely new faces here today as well, and pair with already off the bat on a backboard read. That's already a great start if you're the fan of Wicked Good.
And what did I say? 3-0 sweep coming right here, right away. 6 seconds in, that's a way to show dominance. Hopefully, let's see if Sexual Wheeling can have an answer themselves with this kickoff. Going on the side of Wicked Good. Zethi, nice aerial touch, pass over to Skrizzy. That could be straight in again. It is 2-0, 13 seconds in.
The Sunday conference is looking pretty stacked, ladies and gentlemen. We're already off to 2 goals. Skrizzy just making it look like it's a custom training pack, if I'm completely honest. Really nice control on that shot. And we're going to have to see what the response is going to be from Sexual Wheeling, because we don't want them to let this game get away from them just that easily. But of course, game 1, not always the most important in a series. You just get to feel each other out, you trade information. So we're going to see how do they make the comeback.
Well, also, Mike, Wicked Good did just come off a big series win, and Sexual Wheeling has had a little bit of time to relax. As I say that pair, putting another one in, 3-0, 30 seconds. I hope the game does not continue like this and that Sexual Wheeling can find some sort of footing.
Yeah, honestly, this reminds me of the Moist series. I think it was versus Falcons in London, where they came out the losers bracket run. They completely dominated the loser finals, and then they come into versus Falcons, and then they're completely hot coming off a game, and then they just take the whole grand final. So I think that the momentum is going to definitely favor Wicked Good for the time being. And of course, the skill differential may or may not be noticeable, especially on the read and the aerial car control. Skrizzy, though, going to try to go for a clear towards the net for the 4-0. Zethi going to try to extend the play once again. I think he's going to be looking for a pass here. Decides to take it to the ground. Good intercept from Verbos. Pair, though, not relenting just yet. Going to let it go back all the way to the half. This is a potential opening, though, for the side of Sexual Wheeling. Center might come through. And unfortunately, a miss.
Yeah, it was a beautiful setup by Sal. Really, really nice pass coming in there, but unfortunately, no one on his team ready to finish that one. Once again, Sal trying to set up some control plays, but it's getting cut off before he has the chance to do so. Another one finding its way high. Pair looking to cut off another whip coming in from both sides. Pair going to try to get in front of that one. Has a potential of a shot on net, but that one does find its way being cleared out. Unless
Zethi going to get the dunk. Ooh, that was absolutely beautiful. Didn't have a lot of boost to work with if I remember checking it properly. And then using the last tad of boost that he had in the tank, make sure to block the save. And with 4-0 already at 1.5 minutes, we're seeing a big opening statement for the side of Wicked Good.
Kickoff coming in. It's going to be redirected close to the blue net, but Rainwater making a clutch save on that one. You would not want to let one in that way while you're already down this many, and it's just that easy for Wicked Good. Pair putting another one in the back of the net. We need to see some sort of defensive rotation come in for Sexual Wheeling. It seems they're just all over the place. Everyone forgetting that the net is the most important thing.
Yeah, I do agree with you there, Big G, but unfortunately the reads are highly favoring the side of Wicked Good because, as we can see with just how clean and consistent they are on the backward reads, whether it's the passes or the passes coming from the backboard, they're just a little tad more consistent, and we're already down to 6-0, and it's not even halftime just yet. But I think that if you are Sexual Wheeling, I was going to say, if you are Sexual Wheeling, you're probably just going to have to write this game off and think about how you plan for the next one, because this is already a disaster.
Now, I am not extremely familiar with all of the rules and details, but I don't know if we do have at any point where this game would be ended by goal differential of maybe 10-0. I'm not sure if we have that or not. We'll just let them continue playing. But for now, we're still on the pitch halfway through the game. 6-0 for With It Good. Sexual Wheeling trying to do something while it's in the With It Good half. Rainwater could have a chance to keep that in, but almost redirected once again, making it 7-0, but not this time.
Do we get to see the Skrizzy double tap? He does get it past one. Succulent Sal doing a great job of getting the save. But again, this is the problem that's been plaguing them the entire game one so far. They're okay at getting a few saves here and there, but at some point they just end up collapsing and letting the ball go inside the net. Opportunity, though, is going to be found. Rain with a very crucial center. Unfortunately, Sal not able there to back him up. So we're going to have to see, though, Skrizzy once again on the pressure on the play. Does manage to get the 50-50. Great save, though, coming in from Rainwater, but of course, they're always swarming around, waiting for the next save to come through. And here we go, 50-50, going to go straight into the net, but a great save from Verbos there.
Finally, maybe a chance for some pressure here. Sal looking for a pass over to Verbos. Verbos in the corner. Skrizzy getting a clear. Rain is lashed back. It's a 2v1. Skrizzy pushing it into the corner for Zethy. Zethy hoping to put it around right in front of net, but Succulent Sal gets the clear, hoping to have a teammate follow up on that one. But Pear coming in to keep some more pressure for the side of With It Good.
Once again, it looks like this might be a setup for a 7-0. I think Skrizzy decided not to commit. I think Skrizzy's at the point where he's like, you know what, I think we're completely fine with just riding out the win. Don't need to get any more goals. Just make sure that you don't commit and give them free kickoffs. But once again, the defense does look good for a few saves here and there, but beyond the save, there's no counter follow-up. And yeah, this is it was not unexpected, the 7-0 with how the game has been going. But yeah, like I said, Sexual Wheeling can get that one save here and there, but it's always the follow-up. What happens when it goes to the corner? There's always someone lurking on the side of With It Good.
I think now the question is, if you're Sexual Wheeling, do you even go for a goal? This game's long gone. Do you even go to try to get some momentum with the chance of ending in a Brazil? Or do you say, screw the Brazil and just keep pushing to try to find some sort of team momentum to be pushing through onto game 2?
And I think at this point, just autopilot, just play the game out, and just make sure that you're constantly talking about how you're going to fix it for the next game, because we're at the point of no salvation. So you might as well just try to go to the drawing board, figure out what you can do to improve for next game. Where are they faltering on the defense? How can they get the follow-ups off of the defensive touches from their teammates? Make sure that there's no follow-up for the side of With It Good. To say that, though, the Brazil was almost on the table there, almost getting a very nice shot from the corner. For the last, the Brazil's not going to fix their problem. It's good. Looking like it might be an 8-0. Good save, though, from Verbos. But not out of the woodwork just yet, because Zethy is lurking once again for a play. I'm going to try to pad up the stats a little bit. And that is almost an unfortunate own goal.
Close on that one. Almost did make it a Brazil, but it decided against it. Let's see if they will keep it up here. It's going to fall to the ground, and With It Good, overwhelmingly big win on game number 1. What needs to happen for Sexual Wheeling going into game 2 here?
The honest answer is going to be a little bit too brutal for stream, but let's just say they're going to need a lot, because with how things are going right now, it's looking like a complete disaster in terms of like how are they shutting down the plays, how are they counteracting the reads, and some of the stuff that the guys are going for on Sexual Wheeling on With It Good, it's just a little bit out of the wheelhouse. It looks like their speed on the backboard reads, their speed on pass reads is just that little bit faster. And so either what's going to have to happen is we're going to have to see some challenges won from the get-go, make sure it doesn't get to the point where you have to go for like a clutch save or a clutch read, and hopefully that you just don't give the opportunities there to begin with.
So I think on the side of Sexual Wheeling, the one player that could put a stop to a lot of these plays and challenges is going to be Sal. And I think if Rainwater and Verbos can come together to maybe be a little more passive and protect the back half of the field a little more and let Sal just go up and try to make a stance on these challenges that With It Good are putting in, I think that might open up a little space for them. Because if they can win some of those challenges when With It Good are pushing really hard, that's going to bring space for a real quick counterattack and for Sexual Wheeling to at least have some possession.
Yeah, we're going to have to see, though, how it goes in game 2. I'm just hoping for the side of Sexual Wheeling that they don't let this get to their head, that they don't start tilting off of this, because at the end of the day, it's a marathon and not a sprint. They do have 3 more games to play it out if it does come down to it. Technically 6, of course, but we're going to have to see, do they find ways to get the answers? I do like some of the suggestions that you gave. And the funny thing is we actually didn't really even get to see their firepower. There was maybe like 1 or 2 opportunities where they were in a shooting position. But other than that, we haven't actually seen how they play on offense. So if they can get the shutdown on some of the 50s, maybe we're going to see what kind of firepower they bring.
I would absolutely love to see that. I think 50-50s are one of the most underrated skills in the game. But ladies and gentlemen, we are getting back down onto the pitch for game number 2. Here we go. The kickoff is coming in. Succulent Sal is going to completely miss on that one, and Zethy's going to have an opportunity to push it mid, but Verbos getting a clear out to the corner. Skrizzy's going to take it into his own hands. Pass down mid for Zethy. Zethy's going to push it onto the backboard, but no one there for Withigood to follow it up. Ball coming in for the blue side. Verbos Rhetoric up for it, but Pear, beautiful clear back to the Withigood half.
Yep, definitely looking a little bit different. They're playing more aggressive on the challenges. They're being less passive and trying to shut down the plays early. We're going to have to see, though, if they can actually get some more firepower going on the offense. Succulent Salvo is going to try to get a clear towards the half. That's going to go straight to Zethy. Verbos going for a very difficult read. Going to go straight down to Pear. It is on target, and Rain, unfortunately, not getting the read on that save.
Yeah, that's just a tough position, being backwards in your own net. Really good shot coming in from Pear, and it was just a little bit too high of a lobber for Rain to get to on that one.
Yeah, no harm, no foul just yet, because I think, if I remember correctly, at this point they were already 2-0 down, so, I mean, they're technically doing twice as good. But Zethy, you're going to try to go for a reset there. I like it. A little sneaky player. Verbos, not able to get the connection there on the aerial. Good 50-50, though, coming in from the other side. But, again, we're going to have to see, though. Skrizzy has been looking a little bit quiet so far. He's going to try to hear his board. Not able to get that just yet. 2 people whiff on defense. Pear, though, with the easy open net whiff. Not that it has really plagued them so far, but, man, that was definitely a missed opportunity.
Well, Pear just saved his team from getting the first point scored against them of the series. Good thing they want to hold on to that. Succulent Sal coming in for the pass to Rainwater. Verbos getting a nice last man challenge. Could create some pressure here. Rain turns around and sees the open opportunity, but Zethy going to get it around, pushing into the corner, but it looks like Succulent Sal is going to be there. Hold on to some possession, getting a nice drive, 50-50. Rainwater looking for a clear, only needs to get it past one. Verbos with a nice rip, but that one's going to be a little wide.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate. Verbos technically had an open net because Skrizzy was completely plowed out of the play. So, much needed shooting opportunity there. Not able to deliver on that, but there is an opening right now. Succulent can get a turn on this play. Good 50-50 if Rain is ready for this. Zethy, though, looking very commanding on the 50-50. Great job from Verbos to control it into the corner. Sal, great ground control for the time being. Of course, there's always someone lurking on the side of Withigood. He's never out of the woodwork just yet. Big 50-50 win for the side of Pear. Potential open net if Zethy connects. Zethy, not able to connect on the shot. A bit unfortunate there, but again, great save from Verbos Rhetoric. It just feels like this is really bad for your heart if you're on any medications, because man, it is constantly going back and forth, and there's so much suspense in this game.
We've seen opportunity after opportunity come for Withigood, but the defense has been great from the side of Sexual Wheeling. We've seen really nice spacing, really nice rotations coming in from them. Skrizzy could have an opportunity to turn. That one's going to get a little bit away from him. Succulent Sal with the 50 ends up going Skrizzy's way. Could have a shot here. Ceiling shot coming for Skrizzy, but unfortunate whiff. Zethy's going to try to take over on that one. Pushes it to the Withigood corner. And that ball is going to be cleared up high.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, this is a completely different look for both teams. I do feel like the confidence on some of the shooting was there for Withigood on the first game, but I do like the defense. The ball, as I say that's a little bit of a curse. But the ball contact, though, just in general, has just been so much better on the 50-50s. The ball tends to get killed a bit more often, makes it that much easier for your teammates to follow up. And compared to the first game, this is honestly just looking way better. Still, though, we have seen a few shot opportunities that were missed, and we're going to have to see some clutch plays coming through. Otherwise, it will just be a 2-0 for the side of Withigood.
Yeah, it definitely has been a lot more even of a game in terms of possession and shots on target. but we're gonna have to see some better shooting if we're gonna have any of the two teams really pull away in this one. Nice high ball. Zethy's gonna put that one down. Double commit on the side of Sexual Wheeling, looking for a push out here. Rainwater looking for a pass mid. Sal, beautiful touch. Zethy with the save.
Yeah, power was just not quite there for Sal. Really nice attempt though. Great follow-up on one of the teammates. But again, like, you're going to have to see some good firepower because it's not just Skrizzy that you have to look out for. You also have to look out for Pear and Zethy, as both of them are very fast on defense. You see though, Zethy does get the big upper hand on the pinch and the boost deal. Pear going to try to go for the pre-flip. Not able to connect on that just yet, but the boost is starting to dwindle for the side of Sexual Wheeling. Skrizzy flicks it past one, not able to flick it past two. We're down to the last 30 seconds. Potential counterattack here could at least create an opening for a comeback. But alas, the touches are just not quite there. The boost count is also not quite there. And I don't really know if they can find a way to equal it out.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of high misses in this game. A lot of whiffs coming in from those high aerials. Maybe just a little bit of patience while some people whiff will give you complete possession to put one in the back of the net. Something's going to have to happen right here if we're going to want to see them come back. But I believe this one is going to be in the bag. Game number 2, once again going to Whiff It Good, making it 2-0 in this best-of-7 series. And once again, Sexual Wheeling end up scoreless.
Yeah. I think even though the fact that this game was scoreless, it was not a complete disaster. And I'll be honest, if we compare Game 1 to Game 2, we went from a situation that we had a complete gash that needed surgery to a situation that can be solved with a Band-Aid. So even though it is 2-0 for the side of Whiff It Good, I am feeling a lot more confident about Sexual Wheeling, as they have shown a lot more potential in this game.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it was, but I don't know if maybe they were just getting to the ball just that much faster this game. But it just seemed like at least there was some sort of game going on. There was contention on the ball. There was challenges being made, which is really good to see. Now, just need a little bit more from Sexual Wheeling, and we need just maybe a couple more accurate shots on their end if we want to see Game 3 continue with this improvement.
Yeah, the most notable one off the top of my head was the one from Verbos, where Skrizzy was getting plowed around and unfortunately not able to pop it to the left side of the net. And these are the opportunities that they're going to have to get, because if you're only getting like 3 or 4 opportunities per game max, you're going to want to be at least scoring 1 or 2 of those. So the conversion rates just have to be high, and the confidence has to be there, because otherwise we're just going to see Whiff It Good run away with the whole series.
Yep, I'd be interested to be in their comms right now, seeing how Rain is talking to her team, bringing them together, hopefully to get some camaraderie for this game number 3. As we head down to the field, Game 3 is nearly underway.
We're going to have to see, though. We are definitely on a progression in terms of like how well the games or how less well the games have been going for the side of Whiff It Good. So we're going to see, though, if Sexual Wheeling can start pulling through. We're going to have to see a few more deadly shots coming in from Verbos, a little bit more follow-up maybe from Sal on some of his 50-50s from his teammates. Off the bat, though, Skrizzy doing a great job of shutting down a lot of the plays. Demo down, shot not coming through. Going to leave it for Pear. Top left does connect, and that is a great opening shot for Whiff It Good.
What a start from Skrizzy. Getting that opening demo, really showing Sexual Wheeling who is boss. That's something we haven't seen too much of really this entire day, is demo-based gameplay. I guess when you don't have either Loomis or Tripman playing a game, I guess there really aren't that many demos. But Skrizzy coming out there, making a statement right away. Open net potentially again, and Whiff It Good gonna sink that one. No misses there for Pear.
Yeah, that was a very unfortunate double commit on the backboard. Verbos technically could make contact, so I can understand why Sal thought, you know what, I don't think Verbos is going to get a good touch here, I'll take over. That's something that you probably have to go with a calm, or just have that in the back of your mind as Verbos if you're going to leave it for your teammate or not, because of how awkward it is. But unfortunately, we're starting to look like Game 1 from the series, and I think that with Whiff It Good, they already have the 2-0 lead. They're looking a lot more confident now in this Game 3, and I think that they just smell blood in the water, and they're really out for blood right now.
Yeah, I think Whiff It Good has decided no more holding back, and they're ready to go. We've seen multiple bumps and demo attempts coming in from Whiff It Good. Skrizzy take that one to the side, but Sal getting a touch of his own into the corner. Rainwater trying to contest Pear. up on the ceiling, but nothing coming of it. Succulent Sal needs to get a good save here. Gets a push out towards the side. No teammates there to follow it up, but Sal's going to do it all himself with another 50-50. Could be an opportunity for Verbos. Unfortunately, that one getting sent back to his own side. Pair, almost beautiful redirect, and it still finds its way back into the back of the net. This is just non-stop action right now coming in from With It Good.
Yeah, and once again, another goal that is coming off a double commit. I can understand where that came from because I think Range did just come off the spawn. I'm not sure, she's probably not sure where her teammates are on the play, and someone has to get the save there, so it's just a little bit unfortunate, but it is the way it is because that's one of the reasons why demos are just so meta, even at the highest level. It creates a lot of chaos in the rotations. It kind of gets you out of the flow of the game. Gonna see though, speaking of flow, Rain does get a pretty decent center. Verbos gonna try to connect on the right post. Fortunately, not good enough just for that. Pair, counterattack of his own. Good shutdown coming in from Sal, but that's gonna pinch out straight to one of the With It Good players. Zephy with a huge beat, double commit coming through. No one there on the side of With It Good to back it up. And it might just be Skrizzy's moment to go for the play. Not gonna miss, or sorry, not gonna connect on that just yet. We're gonna have to see though, is the counterattack opportunity gonna pull through for the side of Sexual Wheeling, or are they gonna let it hang?
You know, this game, I've noticed we have seen a lot more freestyling, a lot more spins coming in from Mr. Skrizzy, so I'd definitely say he's feeling himself at least. If not, their whole team probably is as well. Rainwater getting a touch in the corner, getting demoed. Succulent Sal getting a pass over to Verbos, but Sal's going to keep it himself. Oh no, he's not. He's going to keep it for Verbos, getting over to the middle. Rain with an opportunity, but just getting beat out by Zethy. Succulent Sal getting a touch of his own. Past one. He needs to beat Skrizzy. It's just a 1v1 situation, but Skrizzy holding down the defense.
Yeah, big boost steal though for the side of Sal. I think it would have been a completely different story if he managed to at least scrounge up 24-30 boost for that 1v1 play that he had just now. But unfortunately, boost has been stolen constantly on the side of With It Good, and they're completely happy with how a lot of these counterattacks are going because there's just not enough juice in the tank for them to get the conversions going. 50-50 though for the side of Verbos, not able to connect on the bottom right. That's a bit of an unfortunate open net miss once again for the side of Verbos. Good 50-50 coming through. No one on the side of Sexual Wheeling to make sure that one connects. Pressure is on though. Their backs are against the wall and they are looking quite a bit better on some of the 50-50. We're going to have to see, are they able to get that first goal of the series or is it just going to flumber away?
I was really hoping that Sexual Wheeling could keep possession there. They had done a really good job of controlling all of the boost and had some good pressure on With It Good for quite a while, but Pair going to be keeping possession of this one in the Sexual Wheeling half, getting some nice fakes. That one's going to 50-50 high up onto the side. Succulent Sal getting it past one. Shot a little off target, but could his teammate be there to finish it up? And there is Rainwater putting that one in the back of the net. And ladies and gentlemen, Sexual Wheeling have got points on the board. That is what we like to see.
First goal of the series, let's go. Definitely looking quite a bit more competitive. I have to say, even though the scoreline is effectively the same as last game, they do keep looking better and better, but after this game, if they do not manage to clutch it into overtime, their backs are going to be completely against the wall because they're going to have to go for a reverse sweep, which I don't think we've ever had in any of our Old Farts playoff matches. We're going to have to see if they are cut out for it. Verbos going to try to go for the shot, but a good read on the side of With It Good. Almost a top left connecting for Sal. Pressure is on. Rain's going to try to keep the play extended. But unfortunately, a bit of a double commit miscommunication from the side of the Sexual Wheeling is going to kill a lot of their pressure. They are looking more lively. They're looking more out for blood. Top left shot coming in for Succulent Sal, and there's the second goal of the series.
Now, they are starting to turn it on, Mike. Succulent Sal, we've seen in the past minute some really, really good team plays coming in from Succulent Sal, Rainwater, and Verbos. A couple passes back and forth. It seems like they're starting to gain a little bit of confidence, and a little bit of confidence can go a long way when you're down 2-0 in a game number 3.
Yeah, this would be an absolute dream story if they can find a way to get overtime here. It would be the most competitive game so far, and I do think that they're going to really need to try to at least get this game because with 0-3 down, their grand finals, it's mentally stressing to say the least. They still have 17 seconds left on the clock. They're going to have to find a way though, but the pressure is on because Zethy is being an absolute menace in the corner and Carriage is there to be his co-menace.
We have 5 seconds left for Sexual Wheelan to get one more, sending it to overtime. Opportunity for Rainwater. Can she get another touch? It's going to be stopped by Pear. Land on the ground. 2-3. With It Good takes, once again, game number 3. Bringing them to a 3-0 lead in this series. But Sexual Wheelan, for the first time, getting not 1, but 2 points on the board.
Yeah, they're not going to be too unhappy about that one in terms of how close it was. Of course, it sucks when you're 0-3 down in a series, but again, progression. They're looking more competitive each game, so hopefully they do have what it takes to try to at least get one game and not let this be a sweep, because if memory serves me, I don't think we've ever had a sweep in the grand finals of any of our Old Farts League, and you'd hate to be the first if I'm completely honest. Let's get that out of the way. But again, I think that their prowess on offense at one point looked really good when their backs were against the wall. And I'm hoping to see if we can just see a few more ground plays connected, a few more shots that actually do go on target.
Yeah, I think seeing the confidence that came out from Sexual Wheelan in the past 2 minutes of that game, I think they just need to keep running with that. I think Sal was starting to feel himself. Rain was starting to get some of those plays, some of those passes, some really high-level passes coming out from her. I think we just need to see more of that. We need to see them maybe start to take a little bit of the direction that With It Good's taken and going for a little bit more aggressive plays. I'm not sure. I just want to see them win at least one game here. I as much as I called this, I know I did call the sweep for With It Good, but now that we're in it, I don't know if my heart can take it, Mike.
No, I agree. In my heart, it was also like a 4-0 or 4-1, just because of how convincing the semifinals play was. And one of the important things that you have to keep in mind is if you're hot on the day, you're hot on the day. So maybe these are not necessarily how the teams would match up. That opening statement on the semifinals is just there for the side of With It Good. They look really good, and they're starting to look good once again, because that's going to be a 1-0 lead from the side of Pear.
Oh, good bump coming in from Zethi. I was curious as to what had opened up their goals so much, but it was that bump coming in from Zethi. Like I said, the bump plays, the aggressive plays. If there's no one defending the net, it's pretty easy to score, in my experience at least.
Yep, open nets, but also the speed on the reads. Everything is just there for the side of With It Good. Oh, Skrizzy almost getting a beautiful top right, but it is going to lead to a potential counterattack. Pear is going to be left in a bit of an awkward position. Verbo's going to opt for the demo, and that's going to leave an open shot for Rainwater, not able to connect on the open net. She does have a rebound, though, for the taking. But unfortunately, not going to connect on that one just yet either. Pear is lurking, though, on the back end. Going to get it past one. It's going to be Succulent Sal left in the 1v1. Pear going to try to pop it over, not able to connect on that just yet. But the opportunities are starting to come through. The defense into the counterattacks are looking just a little bit better for the side of Sexual Wheelan. We're going to see, though, Skrizzy coming off the ceiling. He's pretty far away from that ball, but that's a redirect from Rainwater, straight to her own net. And I guess the Skrizzy intimidation factor was just a bit too much.
I don't know if I could do it with Skrizzy in the area there. Look at, he's going straight for Rainwater. Unfortunate touch coming in, but that does happen. I do want to take a second. It looks like Pear has been watching the stream and saw our Power Slide Cut advertisement, as we did see him coming in with some really good cuts right in front of the blue goal line. Zethi coming in with the pass. Verbos getting a nice touch, but unfortunately cannot follow it up. A little slow from the side of Sexual Wheelan, but wins the 50-50. Could be a shot coming in. Open net. Succulent Sal putting a stop to that.
Yeah, these are some of the shots that we did see him score in the semifinals. I mean, the power was there, the placement was there. Absolutely beautiful stuff, and we are going to have to see one or two more of those if we want to see a Game 5 at least for this series. But Succulent Sal, though, starting to get a bit hotter and actually converting on a lot of the shots.
High pop, Sal getting a clear up, but can't follow it up. Pear's going to take some control here, tries to fake, but Rainwater is going to have none of that. Skrizzy getting his spins, going up, getting a nice pass off of the backboard, but no one there on the With It Good side to follow it up.
Pear does get the crucial save on the near post. That would have been a really sick opportunity for the side of Sexual Wheelan. Fortunately, not able to make good on that with a great save. Counterattack, though, is going to favor the side of With It Good. They do have a potential 2v3 to take advantage of. Touch from Rain, not quite there, but a good 50-50 on the follow-up. Sal, can he make good on this? He has his teammate going up for it. Verbos not able to get it past. Skrizzy, not able to connect it on the bottom post either. Oh, that bump might be crucial because Sal is zero boost in the air. I don't know if they have what it takes to hold off this offense. Skrizzy's going to pass it to himself on the corner. Good read from Rain. We're going to have to see Zeffy is the one with the boost in the air. He does get the flop shot off the belly, and that's going to be a 2-goal lead now for Wickgood.
Unfortunately, no one going up from the side of Sexual Wheeling on that. I was waiting for someone to challenge, but no one ever jumped for that. 3-1, half a game remaining. Sexual Wheeling's got to put some points on the board if they want to have any more life in this series. Zeffy getting a nice touch back for Skrizzy. Skrizzy looking for a top drop down pass, but Verbos getting a nice 50-50, but that's not going to go past Pear. Zeffy up for the high shot, but Sal getting a clear back out to the net.
And this is just a recurring problem. Sal does a pretty good job on defense, but every single time he gets the 50-50 win, does not have any boost for the follow-up, and that is just a testament to the boost control from the side of Wickgood. They're always, whether or not they're winning their 50-50s on offense doesn't matter too much, but they're creating so much pressure where they can always just opt for one person rotating for a corner boost steal. That means that when these counterattacks do come through, there's just no juice in the tank to make it happen. Zeffy is going to try to go for the potential 4-1. He's been definitely looking really good on some of the ground plays. Skrizzy pops it over 1. Verbos waiting there for the response, but Zeffy and Pear in a potential 2v1. Rain going to misread that, and that is going to be now a 3-goal lead with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, something I've noticed from the side of Wickgood, anytime that Sexual Wheeling gets a clear, they have their third man ready to take that clear, which I think we need to see from Sexual Wheeling. We need their third man to be ready for whatever Wickgood has in their tanks. They're going to get some big clears, but if you have someone third man waiting, that's how you can get those counterattacks, get something started. Succulent Sal getting past 1, but Zethy's going to put a stop to that one pretty quickly. Could be an opening here for Sexual Wheeling, but Pear is going to get a nice pinch clear. Could be an opening once again for Wickgood, but a demo coming in on Pear. Zethy almost getting that shot. Gets another tap, but once again, this is just hell right now if you're Sexual Wheeling.
Yeah, this is brutal. If that goes in, that's probably the series. I do think I'm going to call it early now. It's been juggling constantly in front of the net for the side of Sexual Wheeling, and the fact that it did connect means that I do think that this is going to be the series taken home. I don't think there's firepower left in the tank. There's no ability to convert any of the clears, and with 4 goals in 1 minute 10 seconds left, I think that they have everything that they need to close out the series and claim themselves as champions.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that one, Mike. This one is all said and done. But in the meantime, what can we see? Can we see Sexual Wheeling bring something together, find a goal or two? Will we see Wickgood continue to dominate in Pear, getting the belly flip reset touch into the top corner, and they're having fun.
Yeah, injury to insult, salt in the wound, it's whatever you want to call it. This is just a bit of a dismantling for the Game 4. It's pretty much a repeat of Game 1. Didn't quite have the Brazil setup because there was no goal scored, but again, the goal differential was just absurdly high for the team from the Sunday Conference, although we do see a shot potentially going on target. Skrizzy, of course, all the way back. There is at least a little bit of life left on the side of Sexual Wheeling, but we're going to have to see if they can actually make good on anything. I think it is just mathematically almost impossible to get something going here, although there is a potential now with that goal.
Hey, there's no more Brazil possible. That's what we like to see. Rainwater, once again, I think from today, she's definitely scored the majority of the points here from her team. In this series, definitely scoring the most of them. Zeffy getting a good 50-50. Rain, opportunity here to catch it, but unfortunate miss from her and Verbos. And that is just the story we've seen here today. Double commit after double commit from Sexual Wheeling, I think might have been the death of it.
Yeah, we're just down to the last 10 seconds. I think it's pretty much obvious to everyone who's going to take the series. There's no surprises here. And yeah, I mean, they did put on the clinic that we were expecting. I was honestly not expecting it to be as brutal, but it is obviously a well-deserved win, and Skrizzy, Mikey, and Zeffy and Pear will put themselves as part of the Pantheon.
Well, congratulations, Wickgood. You are the Rocket League Old Farts Season 7 League champions. This is your virtual trophy. No, We don't have an actual trophy. We don't have the funds for that kind of thing. But once again, congratulations to With It Good. Thank you guys so much. And congratulations to Sexual Wheeling for putting up a good fight, hanging in there, playing all 4 of your games. Thank you guys.
Yeah, it was a pretty good series, but obviously everyone would have probably liked it to be a little bit closer. I think Scrizzy, though, has probably one of the biggest fan bases on the server, so all the Scrizzy fans are going to get their fart coins on the Twitch stream. And it's obviously just a well-deserved win. They were unfaltering. They were very convincing on a lot of their offensive plays, and they were just simply the better team on the day. And I think we can always say the Sunday Conference is just the better league.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. I mean, when you do look at all of the players you could choose from Friday or Sunday league, I think when it comes down to the stats, Sunday was literally the better league with just more high MMR players. And that's how it's going to work. But I believe we do have some players coming into the hot seat for some interviews. I believe we have Scrizzy and Mikey once again joining us here in a second, if we can get them into the booth.
Get hype. I'll add where I think it needs to be added.
Alrighty. Mikey and Scrizzy, are you there?
We're here.
I hear
Do
them.
not
just
hear
fine.
them.
Do you hear them?
I can hear.
I
hear,
do
but
not hear
can't
them at the moment, so maybe you go ahead and start.
Well, I mean, first off, congratulations, guys, for the victory. It has been a long, hard-fought road. I've seen your guys struggle from the first weeks of the regular season all the way up into playoffs, all the way up until the grand finals. How does it feel?
Awesome. We did it. I'm smiling. I have COVID, and so it was hard because like every time that we would cheer, I would straight die for a couple seconds. But it was awesome.
As long as you didn't cough up a lung out, I'm happy for you, Scrizzy. And Mikey, how about yourself? How are you feeling right now?
Honestly, through the roof. I mean, I was on the winning team of last season, on the winning team of this season. Scrizzy called me the Turbo Pulsa of the server. And so I'm elated, man. Where we started and where we finished, it's incredible. I mean, we grew so much. I love it, honestly.
Turbo Pulsa of the server. That's a title that I like to hear. We might have to get a roll for that one.
Yeah, Skitch, make it happen. You heard it here on stream first.
So one thing I do want to ask Scrizzy. I know you and Rainwater are good friends. Do you have anything to say to Rain and her team coming off of that sweep?
Well, I was upset that we had to play you guys, but I understood the assignment and I wasn't about to fail.
Respect. I think I get that. I mean, you look at RLCS, a lot of those guys are friends and give fist bumps before and after games, but when it comes down to it, you got to play your game, and that's exactly what you guys did, and you played it very well.
Thank you,
sir.
So, out of curiosity, Scrizzy, what was it? What was your involvement in helping out some of the lower level players on the team? Were you very hands on about it, or quite hands off and laid back?
We kind of just chilled. Like Mikey just did the work himself, and he just asked us questions, and we just told him, man, like just play Rocket League, just chill, just have a good time. Everybody makes mistakes, and we can like account for everybody's mistakes. And so we just practiced comms, and eventually from there, the chemistry just grew together, and we just basically became BDS.
Well, I think Rizzy is putting himself out for promo here. So, your RLCS contracts are probably going to line up. I think everyone's going to want an RLOF champion. So, definitely a great plug-in right there. And one other question that I was quite curious about, because if I remember back to the games that I casted in, let's say, the first week or two of the RLOF League, like you guys, to say the least, you sometimes look shaky. Do you think that playing on stream has helped you guys play better, or do you think that just through training and through practice that you guys got better?
Good.
Mikey, you want to take it or me?
Yeah, I'll go, honestly, because like that one game that I had to play on stream, I was forced to, and we absolutely balled out. And even before then, like that grew my confidence. And even before then, these guys were just great. And so it was like that moment was a turning point, I think, for us. And just thinking like, all right, we can do this. We got this. I can play around these guys and just be confident moving forward. And we really gelled. I mean, each week it was just like almost like we knew we were going to win to an extent. We were just so confident. It was awesome.
Scrizzy?
Beautiful.
Yeah, I think we got to the point where I think the thing that turned was the playoffs. We were on stream and everything, and we just kind of just like started saying like we got nothing to lose, might as well just try to ball out and have some fun. So we used to get like really scared on stream and everything, but I just felt like we left that after we got destroyed in one of our games and just started having fun and enjoying it. Like when Mikey just straight balled out.
And you guys, honestly, credit.
I think that's when the game really comes alive, is when you're just having fun with your friends. The most electric gameplay can happen when you're just having a good time. Scrizzy, I do want to ask you, so I know you were at the RLCS Worlds. Do you think that has anything to do with your guys' win today? I know for me, since being there and watching all of those professional players, I've felt completely inspired just to be faster and to go for higher aerials and to do things that I normally wouldn't do. Have you felt any of that coming off of that LAN?
100%. I met so many of like my favorite Rocket League players and inspirations, and I got like shake their hands and like, you know, talk with them. And also a little secret is like after I shook all their hands, I haven't washed my hands since then, so I'm technically playing with like Rizzo and Arsenal and Kronovi. I'm basically playing like they're basically I absorbed their conscience. You know what I'm saying?
Is it safe to say that you shower with a glove?
Yes.
Nice.
You know,
good to hear. I'm a little concerned with all the COVID and everything going around that the hand is still yet to be washed. But hey, it's not my hand, it's not my life. All right.
Hey, Big G, I wanted to touch on something. When you talk about RLCS and what did we take away from it, honestly, anybody else who's listening, lower level players, you can take away positioning and decision making because it helped me immensely after watching the RLCS Worlds for a full week. Seriously, watch it, learn from it. Don't try to go for double musty flip reset taps if you can't do it, but you can take away a lot. So,
well, thank you guys so much. Mike, was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Yeah, I'll ask one last question, and then I think we can pass it back to Riff Raff. I'm curious, for both of you guys, what was your favorite part about playing in the league?
having fun.
Having fun, yeah. Just
Seriously.
chilling and growing with a whole team.
Great answer.
Very nice and respectable
answer,
answer. I like it when people keep it short and sweet.
Well, thank you guys once again. Congratulations on winning the entirety of the Old Farts League, and I'm sure we will see you again soon. Now, we are looking for Riff Raff to join us back. Is there a Riff anywhere out there? Yes, there he is.
That there is.
The raffiest of Riffs. Let's
and
go.
I will echo the congratulations to Whiff It Good. Well done in this final series as quite a dominant performance there, as you guys have already stated. I will say a big shout out to everyone who made this league season possible, from the league committee down to the players who signed up, the captains who took over and ran the draft night very, very well, to all of the production team who made all of these streams possible. A big thank you to everyone involved for making this the best league season we've had yet. But we have a couple announcements coming up. There's more on the way. So I do want to get a final thought from each of you. Mike, what are you looking forward to upcoming with the Old Farts?
Upcoming. Well, I don't know what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not allowed to say, but I know that there is a lot of stuff in the planning. There's going to be a lot of events. There's going to be some other cool stuff. Like, I've been in talks with Fallen about some of the stuff that's coming up. So, if you thought that this was just the beginning, oh no, we have a lot more up in store. So make sure that you guys hang around, follow, subscribe to the channel, whatever it is that you want to do to give back to the server, because we got a lot of cool stuff in the works.
And Big G, as the resident hype man of the server, what do you have to look forward to?
What is there not to look forward to? I'm looking forward to it all. No, on a serious note, I'm really excited about what we're doing here with this production, with this stream. With this season, we completely upped our game. We absolutely completely upped our game, and I know we're going to continue to do that as these seasons progress. And being able to see what our community can do when we come together and work together is really, really beautiful. And going out to Worlds and finding more people to bring in and to be a part of this thing is what really excites me.
Beautiful. Love to hear it, and I can't agree more. That being said, thank you both for casting the grand finals for us today, but we are going to pivot and head to our last giveaway. Speaking of Worlds, you can see behind me, there was the image of everybody at Worlds. We'll show that again in a few minutes, but Shattered is the last goal explosion to be given away. I know my cat Lily is excited for it as she's dying to get on camera here, but we have a winner, and I believe I'm just double checking my producer has told me it is Foxhole Charlie. Foxhole Charlie, congratulations on winning the Shattered Black Market Goal Explosion, courtesy of Devil's Ghost, who again supplied us with all of these goal explosions for today and all of the Black Market giveaways for the entire season. Foxhole Charlie, reach out to me on Discord to claim your prize. Congratulations. To everyone else, we will absolutely be doing more giveaways on stream, so make sure that you follow and subscribe to the Twitch channel to get involved in that, as well as follow and subscribe to our Twitter updates. Make sure you are in the loop on everything Old Farts, as well as join the Discord server if you haven't already. We'd love to play a game with you. We have pretty much VCs going 24/7, where any and all Old Farts are welcome to hang out, play a couple games, maybe sweat, maybe just relax, maybe have a beer after work. But that's what the community is for, and we love seeing it. So we are now going to get ready to end our stream, but that's not the end of the day. We are going to be raiding a channel on Twitch. So I want to get everyone set up for this. We are going to be raiding, I believe it's Siz's official channel that is live, and we're going to start an Old Farts chant as soon as we get in there. So I want the RLOF Twitch and Old Farts Gaming Twitch to give us a really big old in the chat. Everyone else follow up with a farts as soon as you see it. We're going to announce ourselves in a big way. But that being said, for everyone here at the Old Farts News Network, for everyone both in front of the camera and behind the scenes, we really appreciate this fantastically important Season 7. Get ready for Season 8 upcoming, where it's going to be bigger, it's going to be better. And by the way, before Season 8 even starts, we have plenty in the works. I think you might have seen some of the teaser ads during the stream today. So if you know about the Gladiator Pit, get ready to sign up, throw your name in the hat, and see if you can compete to make it to the top. But that's all I'm going to say for now. Everybody in Twitch, on the server, Patreons alike, and everybody behind me on this wonderful picture of all of the Old Farts at LAN, at Worlds in Dallas. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for making this possible. Have a great night, and we'll see you in Siz's stream.